Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Most insurance companies see you as a claim number. Most law firms see you as a case file. When their top priority is their bottom line, you only get a fraction of the attention that you deserve. At the law firm of Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, it's personal. We listen to our clients to see the whole picture, because every part of you is important. For a team built on relationships and results, call Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson at 304 Lawyers, or visit us at burkeandschultz.com.
The following is a special sports broadcast presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg.
Play ball!
It's time for the fun and excitement of West Virginia high school baseball. Today's game is being brought to you by
Trips Flooring, Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson Personal Injury Attorneys, Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies, the Larry DeMarco Team at Century 21 Modern Realty Results, Cody's Auto Body, Hagerstown Ford, Brown's Funeral Home and Cremations Robert Fields & Sons, The Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, Floor Pools, Smallwood and Small Insurance, CMA Martinsburg and Winchester Dealerships, Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, The Palace Lounge, WVU Medicine Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, the Mirius Group Ameriprise Financial Services LLC, and the Berkeley County Health Department.
And now for the pregame show. Let's go out to the field and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
Good evening and welcome to P.O. Faulkner Park for West Virginia High School EPAC Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. It's the final week of the regular season in the EPAC as the postseason begins Monday night, and we have a playoff preview for you here this evening as the Martinsburg Bulldogs host the Spring Mills Cardinals, the same opponent that they will square off against on Monday night to begin the double elimination playoffs. But before we get into the pregame show, we'll now join the Hospice of the Panhandle ceremony.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you would direct your attention to the home plate, at this time we would like to recognize a former Bulldog, Carson Buber. Carson was named the 2024 West Virginia Sports Writers Baseball Player of the Year. Carson led the Bulldogs to a state tournament berth last season. During his career, he was selected All-EPAC 3 years, All-State 2 years, and finished his senior season with a 10-1 record on the mound and surpassed 100 hits in his career. Ladies and gentlemen, Carson Buber.
Our apologies here for the audio issues during this, and now we wait for everything to be set up as a few people come out here onto the field for the rest of the ceremony from the left side. So while we wait here for both teams to I'm out onto the field. Just want to let you know that our pregame coverage is brought to you by Hagerstown Ford. They're revolutionizing the car buying experience. Buy your next vehicle online. They'll deliver it to you. If you don't like it, they'll take it back. Visit them online at fordofhagerstown.com.
The 2025 Martinsburg High School baseball team would like to welcome everyone to our 9th annual Hospice Night at the ballpark. We appreciate Panhandle Printing and Design donating the cards, the MHS Bulldogs, Spring Mills Cardinals, and you are holding to remember all of those closest to us that may have experienced either the hospice care provided or may need them someday. Please turn your attention to the scoreboard at this time. Hospice Night originated in 2017 when Coach Larry Cooper and Anita Cooper wanted to honor their parents, Reverend Mason and Alma Cooper and Walter and Vivian Ridenauer, in a way that brought our awareness to others about hospice. So in 2018, they purchased the teal jerseys and hats and the hospice teal collar along with the orange, black, and white trim. Tonight, we have the honor of recognizing Brett Twigg and Officer J.R. Butcher, who were a big part in our lives at Martinsburg High School. Brett played baseball for Martinsburg as a catcher and went on to teach and coach at Martinsburg. J.R. was also a catcher for the Bulldogs and went on to be Martinsburg's first resource officer and a distinguished officer for the Martinsburg City Police Department. Please draw your attention to the pitcher's mound. We want to thank the hospice representatives in attendance tonight, Nikki Bridgerelli and Nikki Wilson and Victoria Pearson, who is a 2010 Martinsburg graduate. She played softball for Martinsburg all 4 years. She started with hospice as a CNA and is now an administrative assistant and transport scheduler for hospice. Joining Victoria on the field to throw out our first pitch is the daughter of Brett and Mary Beth Twigg, Ellie Twigg. Ellie is a softball player, and with her is her grandfather and Brett's father, Pooner Twigg, who was also a player and coach for Martinsburg. Tyler Butcher is the son of J.R. and Natalie Butcher and is accompanied by Officer Shane Everhart, who is the current Martinsburg resource officer. We want to thank Spring Mills and Martinsburg's coaching staffs and players for participating and supporting tonight's cause. We would also like to thank Hospice of the Panhandle and Panhandle Printing and Design for tonight's presentation. Victoria, Ellie, and Tyler, it's time to throw out your pitch.
We'll now step aside and take a 2-minute break here on the pregame show. On the other side of that break, we'll continue with more for tonight's matchup and get our coaches' interviews. Head up the first pitch between Spring Mills and Martinsburg. This is West Virginia High School EPAC Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR TV 10 back in 2 minutes.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Let's talk about what to do after a car or truck accident.
First, call 911. Then call Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers.
Let us handle the insurance company so you can focus on getting better.
Being injured in a wreck is enough stress. Let your doctor handle your medical issues.
And let the Skinner brothers handle your insurance issues.
If you've been hurt in almost heaven,
call the Sevens, 304-777-7777.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is Prevent, Promote, Protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
To P.O. Faulkner Park as we continue our pregame coverage of tonight's EPAC baseball matchup between Spring Mills and Martinsburg. It's now time for our coaches' interviews brought to you by Trips Flooring. Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring needs? Call Trips Flooring at 304-229-7009 or online at tripsfloorsanding.com. First joined by Brad Barrett, head coach of the Spring Mills Cardinals. Coach, last week of the regular season here, how do you feel like your team's been playing as of late?
Pretty good. I mean, we've had a good couple weeks here lately. You know, we had a long stretch. We had like 20-some games in three period there. We won a good chunk of those games. You know, we're still focused on these last two games this week, and then we move forward to next week.
Weather been playing a factor for you here this week as well, so your last game on Friday. What's your team kind of been doing with this rest and focusing here for these final few games of the regular season?
I mean, you said it, man, rest. I mean, like I said, we had a grind there, 18 games, 20 games, something like that. You know, rest is a big thing, so we took advantage of a couple days we had off, and we're locked in, ready to go.
Postseason seeding's already out in public, so these few games, yes, they count, but some would say kind of maybe don't count because of postseason already going. What is your mindset here for these final two games, though?
We go into every game with the mindset that every game matters, regardless of who we're playing, whether it's EPAC game or a team that's 3 hours away. You know, our mindset is to win a ball game and go full go and stay locked in for the whole time.
What was your reaction seeing 1 through 6 here for the region?
Basically what I had too. You know, I think we're a very competitive team. I think we have every chance to beat anybody in this area. We just got to really focus in and hit the baseball a little better on these tougher teams and EPAC teams, and you know, see what we can do when it matters the most.
You comfortable mentioning your 1 through 6? I know you just kind of said that it was pretty similar to what you had. If you're not, we'll move on and just talk about who you have on the mound.
Yeah, I mean, I based it on who we play. You know, obviously everybody sees somebody different. This EPAC is so difficult because, you know, everybody kind of beats each other up. I had a team that was a little opposite than the record, but I could see it going both ways. Washington and Hedgesville were kind of 1A, 1B for me with that seeding, so I'm not really upset or, you know, regardless of who ended that way. I took either one the same way.
Who do you have on the mound here for this game, and what do you hope to see from them?
Bradley Butts, lefty. He's honestly been a reliever for most of the year. He's been a guy that we've really relied on here the last couple of weeks, just grinding this stuff. He's really a really tough kid. We're actually pretty excited to see what he does today.
Anything else?
No, I'm good.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Now joined by Aaron Byler, head coach of the Martinsburg Bulldogs. Coach Byler, regular season coming to an end here. How do you feel like your team's playing down this final stretch?
Yeah, I mean, we're getting better. We've gotten better from day one. We keep getting better, and the goal is to get better every day and kind of see what happens at the end when playoffs come around. So, you know, I don't think we're quite where we need to be yet, but I do think that we've made, you know, drastic improvements, and we keep working hard every day, and, you know, that's all we can ask for right now.
1 through 6 came out yesterday for the postseason. You guys, the 4 seed, what was kind of your reaction, the team's reaction to that?
You know, we don't put a whole lot of stock in it. I mean, we were a little bit disappointed with being the 4 seed. We thought we had a legitimate argument to be the 3 seed. You know, you probably can't drop that game to Musselman last Friday. We knew that might hurt us a little bit. You know, we've been having this argument for, I think this is year 8 that I've been here. Number one, I don't understand why we vote. There's no reason to vote. You know, make everybody get their games in by a certain time. You know, and then even if you do vote, our ballots were due at 1 o'clock yesterday, and the SSAC had the rankings or the seedings out by 5 o'clock that night. So why do we need to do that, when we could still play baseball games that matter all week? But, with that said, it is what it is, and we'll be ready to go on Monday, and we'll face whoever we face.
Are you comfortable sharing how you seeded things? If not, we'll move on to this matchup here today against Spring Mills.
Yeah, absolutely. And I will give SSAC credit. We are getting a little closer to transparency with that. The athletic directors did have a meeting on Tuesday morning, and everybody had to share how they voted. So, yeah, I voted Jefferson, Hedgesville, Washington, Spring Mills, Musselman.
Now today you get to have a little bit of a preview of your playoff matchup for the 4-5 as you also host here today Spring Mills, who you host on Monday. What's your team's approach here to tonight's game?
We'll treat it like we treat every other game. We're going to go out there, we're going to try to put the best product we can on the field, and we're going to try to win.
It's also hospice night for your program here this evening. How special is it to have nights like this for your team here?
Yeah, it's a great night. Coach Cooper runs it, does a really nice job putting it all together, and the kids really like wearing the teal jerseys that represent hospice, and we're excited for it.
Who do you have starting, and what are you hoping to see from them?
Jameer Brown's going to start, and hope he pounds the strike zone, gets first pitch strikes, lets his defense work behind him, and just hope he has a good quality outing and gives us a chance to win.
Anything else, Coach?
Thanks, Colin.
Thank you. That concludes our pregame interviews. We'll step aside, only take a 1-minute break. On the other side of that break, we'll have first pitch between Spring Mills and Martinsburg. This is EPAC Baseball and Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10, back in 1 minute.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or HancockChevy.com.
We welcome you back here to P.O. Faulkner Park as the pregame festivities have concluded. It's now time for first pitch between Martinsburg and Spring Mills. I'm Colin McLaughlin. Alongside me on the call, Trip Tobin, on-site producers John Alderton. Camera crew this evening, Kyler High, Alec Epperson, and Dylan Bishop. Back at the studio is Nick Verzolini. Let's now get tonight's starting lineup for Spring Mills first, and then in the bottom of the first we'll get you Martinsburg, as starting lineups brought to you by Floor Pools. Make every day better with a hot tub or swimming pool. Floor Pools has locations in Martinsburg, Chambersburg, and Hagerstown. For Spring Mills, leading off, the shortstop number 5, Bryce Anders, batting second. Left fielder number 17, J.P. Sweeney, batting third. First baseman number 12, Ryland Swartz, batting fourth. Designated hitter number 4, Aiden Eichelberger, batting fifth. Pitcher number 1, Bradley Butts, batting sixth. The catcher number 7, Jake Anderson, batting seventh. Third baseman number 13, Landon Stanley, batting eighth. Right fielder number 9, Landon Trumpower, batting ninth. Second baseman number 10, Tristan Wysocki, and in center field it's number 3, Keelan Curry. Starting battery for the Bulldogs here tonight, which is brought to you by Cody's Auto Body at 851 Wilson Street, Martinsburg. Call them at 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page. Jameer Brown gets the start once again on the mound for the Dogs. And behind the plate, it's number 5, Braden Fox. That is your starting battery. Defensively, the Dogs look like this. At first, it's Bradley Loper. Second base tonight, Stephen Kaufman. Shortstops, Grant Henderson. Third base, Silas Zarnecki. And from left to right in the outfield, it goes R.J. Brown, Christian Alter, and Nick Domenico. And then designated hitter tonight is Malachi Green. Trip, you've been off the hook all pregame. Let's get you on air now and welcome you into the broadcast. You live over there? Get a nap in?
Yeah, we was over here, down there talking to Brown Sign, congratulate him on his Hall of Fame nomination there and the recipient, and talking to some big crowd out there tonight. Just working the crowd, Colin, working the crowd.
That and working on your hot dog.
Working on my hot dog. I'm going to need a Tide wipe or something. Ketchup came out the wrong end, but, it is. But, it's exciting to see tonight. The EPAC games are always fun to watch. Jameer Brown on the mound. Excited to see Bradley Butts, here in person. We've seen him. Watched a little bit on Game Changer. He's been successful, so it's going to be fun to watch this little preview of next week's playoff game.
First pitch, fastball that misses inside from Brown for ball 1 to Anders is the first pitch, brought to you by Marius Group and Ameriprise Financial Advisors, John Everson and Phil McCoy. Call them today at 304-263-4343. Stop by 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. Next pitch popped up into shallow right field. Hustling in is Domenico, but he's going to be called off by the second baseman, Kaufman, who tracks it down the first baseline, and he'll make the catch for out number 1.
Yeah, Anders has been a tough out here. He's up at the top of the lineup for that reason. He's been tough to get out here, get on base. He's going to setting up his RBI guys behind him pretty well, but disposed of on a fastball away. Got it off the end of the bat, popped it up to the second baseman, Kaufman. Good to see Domenico out there with that brace on after that crazy injury earlier in the season.
Sweeney up the bat, and he swings through the first pitch from Brown for strike 1. Top of the first is brought to you by Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, Robert Fields & Sons, proudly serving our area since 1880, as the 0-1 pitch from Brown to Sweeney is outside, ball 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike now, 1 out, nobody on here in the top of the first for Spring Mills. Sweeney ready to go as the pitch from Brown. He chops down the third baseline, a soft grounder that's going to be scooped up by Brown as he charged off the mound for it. His throw not in time. It's a infield 1-out single for Spring Mills and J.P. Sweeney.
Yeah, great pitch there. Brown, we've seen Jameer have some tough luck infield singles this year. On the turf, a lot of times the ball speeds up a little bit, but multiple times he's thrown that hard fastball in the outer half, and the opposing hitters have got a little piece of it, kind of swinging bunts. So Sweeney going to get a single in the books here, and brings up Schwartz, who's been hot as of late.
Yeah, Browland Schwartz will take the first pitch from Brown. It's outside for ball 1.
Jeff King behind the plate. Matt Heidelweld in the field there.
Pickoff attempt over at first, not in time, as Sweeney slides back in safely head first.
I think
before the tag.
Excuse me.
You're
good. The pitchers tonight are going to be we'll have to bring it in a little bit. Jeff King does a lot of D1, D2, D3 baseball. Great umpire, and as he gets a strike there on the outer half, he's not going to extend that thing, out there that far. He's going to have a great high school, strike zone there.
1-1 count now for Schwartz against Brown, who will step off and try another soft pick-off attempt over to first. Loper throws the ball back to him on the mound. Brown sets. Checks the run over his back shoulder, now winds up in the pitch. Catches the outside part of the plate. Count now 1-2 to Schwartz.
They're talking about Jeff King, and another EPAC umpire, Keith Allison, going to represent our area in the state tournament down in Charleston here in a couple of weeks. So congratulations to them, those guys. Well earned honor there for them. Both those guys did some games for the Legion State Tournament last year with a great cast of guys. So hats off to those guys. Congratulations to them, Keith and Jeff.
Ground ball by Schwartz to third base. Charging forward, Zarnecki. His throw across the diamond is in time for out number 2. But advancing to second on the play is Sweeney.
Very similar to Sweeney's swinging bunt there, just had a little bit more on it there, got to Zarnecki in time. Schwartz not quite the speed demon that Sweeney is, so a little more time there. And nice throw across the diamond there from Silas.
Aiden Eichelberger, the designated hitter in the cleanup spot for Spring Mills, now steps up the bat with the runner on second and 2 out here in the top of the first. Brown sets. Out of the windup, here's the pitch from Brown. It's low, skips off Fox down the first baseline. He picks it up, throws it to third, but it's not in time. Sweeney steals the bag.
Nice job by Fox keeping it in front of him. That ball was in the dirt, and a great read by Sweetie. Sweetie's got some wheels there. Good to see in Martinsburg's in-motion defense as shortstop Grant Henderson and R.J. Brown both on the backup in case it skipped away, but do have a runner on third base 90 feet away.
1-0 breaking ball drops into the zone. Count now 1 apiece to Eichelberger. Spring Mills threatening here. The runner 90 feet away in the top of the first is the 1-1. Catches the paint on the outside. The count now 1-2 to Eichelberger.
Eichelberger DHing tonight. Is that correct?
Yes. That's what I got, as well as the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, but it goes through the legs of Fox to the backstop, and that's going to score a run as the throw to first off the glove of Loper. So an error makes it Spring Mills 1, Martinsburg nothing in the top of the first.
Yeah, that one he couldn't keep in front of him there. Curveball in the dirt, skipped under his leg there and got to the backstop, and Eichelberger hustled up the line there, no play. Runner was going as soon as the ball hit the dirt, so Spring Mills gets some manufacturers a run there off of Martinsburg's mistakes.
Guess I misspoke. Technically not an error, just a drop third strike, as the first pitch to Butts is strike 1.
Yeah, it's a wild pitch, in the book, but, we're at a point in the season where we got to be pitcher's got to be able to throw that pitch, be confident throwing a strikeout pitch as that ball gets down low there. It's a strikeout pitch, keep the ball in front, knock it down, throw it to first, but it just got away from him. Jameer's not easy to catch, I'll tell you that. His ball moves a lot, but, got to have it.
A 1-1 pitch to Butts, drops in and freezes him for strike 2. Great pitch there by Jameer Brown, who's had a great season, Tripp, even though his record might not show it 2-5, but clearly one of the best pitchers in the area, second best pitcher on this team when you look at the stats overall, behind Grant Henderson as the next pitch misses outside for ball 2.
Yeah, I'd take either one of them. I'd take Grant or Jameer any day. They're a 1-1 combination. I don't think that they either one of them separated themselves. I think either one of those two on the mound gives Martinsburg a great chance to win. A great two starters there.
The 2-2 is lined over the glove of Loper down the first base line into foul territory. Rounding second, heading to third is Eichelberger. He gets to the bag safely as it's a 2-out single by Butts to keep the top of the first alive for Spring Mills, who are trying to tack on to an early 1-0 lead against Martinsburg.
Nice job by Butts there, just staying behind the baseball. He didn't get a lot of it, just enough to get over the jump there of first baseman Bradley Loper, but did put it in play against a tough pitcher there. Bradley Butts did, and got it down that line. Good hustle by Domenico to get it in, but the runner from first base, Eichelberger, did make it to third on that one, so split the runners. So the runners got split there on that. First and third, 2 outs.
Jake Anderson now steps up to the plate, the catcher for Spring Mills. The pitch from Brown just below the knees for ball 1. 2 out, runners on the corners, 1-0 Spring Mills leads Martinsburg here in the top of the first. Brown's 1-0 pitch is taken for a strike to Anderson. Count now 1 apiece.
Martinsburg in the teal jerseys tonight. If you're watching on TV, you're probably a little wondering where the orange and black's at. It's in there mixed in with the teal.
1-1 pitch, off speed, and it's fouled by Anderson over towards the Martinsburg dugout on the third base side. Count 1-2. Yeah, Hospice of the Panhandle night, so the teal jerseys in honor of that and those involved with Hospice. And then for Spring Mills, the sky blue colored jerseys. It's the 1-2 pitch. Misses outside. Runner goes on the catcher's indifference, that being Butts from first to second. So now runners on second and third, and a 2-2 count for Anderson.
Freshman here at the plate, Anderson, I believe, catching tonight.
Brown sends the 2-2 delivery. Anderson pops up and foul out of play over the stands on the first base side.
He's pretty big for a freshman. I don't know what it's going to look like 3 years from now, but if he hits another growth spurt, watch out. He's going to be one of the biggest kids we've seen come through this area. He's a very athletic-looking young man there.
Spring Mills basketball team might have to recruit him if that's the case as well. 2-2 pitch from Brown. Slips out of his hand and goes behind Anderson.
Yeah, slipped.
Fox somehow caught that one.
Yeah, Anderson just kind of ducked his head. I thought it almost caught the bat there. He just kind of held it up, but through all of that, Fox was able to reel it in and keep the runners at bay at second and third with 2 outs.
Yep, full count, the payoff pitch. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Anderson goes down looking to retire the side, but in the top of the first, 1 run on 2 hits. No errors, but the 2 left on for Spring Mills. They lead Martinsburg 1-0. Led to the bottom of the first after this 1-minute break. This is West Virginia High School EPAC Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
In the market for a new vehicle? Then look no further than CMA's Toyota of Martinsburg and CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg, all in one convenient location. We have hundreds of new and used vehicles available, so you'll be sure to find exactly what you're looking for. And with CMA's Love It or Leave It promise and our lifetime powertrain warranty, you can buy with confidence. Visit us online at CMA's Toyota of Martinsburg.com and CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg.com, where owners just care more.
From breathtaking outdoors to unique local eats, world-class geocaching, and thriving local culture, Martinsburg, Berkeley County, West Virginia is where you can live your adventure. Berkeley County offers fantastic outdoor experiences, from our rugged hiking paths to scenic nature paths, public parks, fishing streams, and nature preserves. Cap off your outdoor adventures with a stroll through historic downtown Martinsburg. Join us and immerse yourself in our rich local history and scenic surroundings. Check out upcoming events and plan your adventure at travelwv.com.
We welcome you back here as we head to the bottom of the first, brought to you by the Larry DeMarco team at Century 21 Modern Realty Results. Looking for a home in the tri-state area, call the Larry DeMarco team at 304-250-3551 or visit them online at www.modernrealtyresults.com. Quickly get you Martinsburg's lineup. Leading off, the pitcher, number 27, Jameer Brown. Batting second at third base, number 10, Silas Zarnecki. Batting third, center fielder, number 7, Christian Alter. Batting fourth, designated hitter, number 23, Malachi Green. Batting fifth, shortstop, number 4, Grant Henderson. Batting sixth, right fielder, number 3, Nick Domenico. Batting seventh, first baseman, number 9, Bradley Loper. Batting eighth, the catcher, number 5, Braden Fox. Batting ninth, left fielder, number 11, R.J. Brown. And at second base is number 20, Stephen Kaufman. As they will see Bradley Butts on the mound for Spring Mills. Behind the plate, it's Jake Anderson at first, Ryland Swartz, second base, Tristan Wysocki, shortstops Bryce Anders, third base, Landon Stanley, left field, J.P. Sweeney, center field, Keelan Curry, right field, Landon Trumpower. It is Spring Mills 1, Martinsburg 0 here in the bottom of the first.
Lefty on the mound here, Bradley Butts. Like Coach said in his interview, he's been a great kind of reliever there, middle reliever. Done a great job for Spring Mills. Going to get a start here tonight.
First pitch taken for strike 1 by Jameer Brown.
A lot of noise down there.
Fired up here for the playoff preview.
Yeah, we haven't seen too much excitement in the crowds, but we're getting to that time of year.
The 0-1 pitch. Fouled off by Brown over towards Charlotte Prather Park up on the hill to the right. Count 0-2.
Charlotte Prather got the turf up there on the girls' softball field, so just a lot of good things happening in Martinsburg and baseball the last couple of years and in the area.
Time called. You love seeing it. I still got to get used to, though, having baseball and softball on turf. I'm so used to saying dirt. And it's not dirt, it's turf.
Well, we can call it dirt. It's brown.
The 0-2 pitch from Butts is going to be sent by Brown into right center field on the fly. Underneath it is Landon Trumpower, the right fielder, to make the catch for out number 1. That'll bring up Silas Zarnecki.
Yeah, you seen last night when Jameer Brown tripled the lead off the game in that gap out there. This time did spray charted over, spray chart going to show a fly out to right field, but he just didn't quite get the barrel on that one there, so leave it up to Zarnecki, one of Martinsburg's leading on-base guys here. Might have the record for sacrifices in a season.
First pitch misses from Butts for ball 1 to Zarnecki. That includes the sacrifice or squeeze play bunt that he got the walk-off win for. 1-0 pitch from Butts. Catches the inside part of the plate. Count now knotted up at 1 apiece to Zarnecki.
Yeah, nice location there for a lefty to come across the plate there and into a righty up on his hands there. Under his hands.
1-1 delivery. Drops in for strike 2.
I think it was a changeup. Didn't see a lot of bend in it, but it was definitely an off-speed pitch that stayed on the outer half, trying to get Zarnecki to roll over there. He watched it go by and snuck it in there for a strike.
1-2 pitch. High and outside. Zarnecki holds the bat back. The count 2-2.
Came with the heater that time.
1 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the first. 2-2 count to Zarnecki as Bunt's pitch. Fouled down the first baseline, way out of play towards the entrance of P.O. Faulkner Park. The count remains 2 apiece.
Up in the lawn chair section. When you come in, there on the right, it's hills full of lawn chairs.
Not a bad place to sit. Bunts takes a deep breath before the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss from Zarnecki for strike 3 and out number 2 here in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, pitch was up a little bit, up in his eyes, and couldn't resist it there. It's tough pitch to resist at that age, but fastball up and in, and Alford Court. Bradley Butt's first strikeout here tonight.
Got to bring up Christian Alter for Martinsburg. First pitch. Misses high for ball 1. Alter, great game yesterday. Player of the game for Martinsburg in the win.
Busted the game, give Martinsburg a lead at the plate with the RBI squeeze, and then a 2 RBI double for the insurance as he pitched a complete game. Helped himself at the plate.
1-0 inside for ball 2 from Butts to Alter. Spring Mills 1, Martinsburg nothing here in the bottom of the first. Nobody on and 2 outs for Martinsburg.
A lot of crowd noise we can hear in those sets.
Bulldogs trying to avoid going 3 up, 3 down, and it's a 3-0 count now to Alter as the next pitch from Butts misses high.
Yeah, you've seen Spring Mills get down to their 6th hitter there. Martinsburg would like to get a few guys at the plate, work the pitch count a little bit here, extend the inning if possible.
3-0 misses. It's a 4-pitch walk with 2 outs. That'll bring up the designated hitter Malachi Green for Martinsburg.
Be lefty on lefty here.
Green steps up here.
Malachi Green.
With the runner on first against Butts. Big lefty steps in. Butts looks over at the runner at first. Alter takes a pretty big lead. The pitch to Green. Way outside, Anderson somehow snags it off the pellets.
Yeah, 5 balls in a row. Anderson, being the young catcher freshman, is doing a great job here, going out and talking to his pitcher. So the freshman here is already showing that he can show some leadership here as he going to go out and say, hey, 2 outs, man on first, we're a pitch away. Talk a little about the signals, and he's going to head back here. So bright future for that young man behind the plate there, Anderson.
Count 1-0 to Green. Lefty up the bat for Martinsburg as they visit from Anderson to Butts concludes. Pitch from Butts to Green now. Misses again for ball 2.
Yeah, for starting off hot there. Pound the strike zone. 6 straight balls here. A lot of them been up. Even the pitch that got Zarnecki was up. So even though it was a swinging strike, it was out of the zone.
The 2-0. Outside, it's ball 3, and that's exactly where Anderson was setting up as well, trying to get Green to chase. But after now 7 straight balls, why would you offer?
Yeah, I don't know. I think you gotta try to get him to put the ball in play here, try to pitch to contact.
3-0 pitch. Just catches the outside part of the plate. The count now 3-1 to Green.
I think the take had been on, regardless there for a 2-3 pitcher.
Grant Henderson on deck for Martinsburg. Green up the bat with the runner on first. And a pickoff attempt over at first. Caught Alter leaning. And he skids his way back into the bag without sliding. And the tag from Swartz not in time on his back shoulder blades.
Yeah, I think Schwartz wanted that call. He's kind of shrugging his shoulders there a little bit, not happy with the call. Alter needed to get down there on that as he kind of got caught leaning.
3-1 count. Butts again with a pickoff attempt. And this time, Alter back in safely with ease.
Good time to run with 2 outs. You're not going to get doubled up. You know, Butts trying to try to throw a strike here. Contact hitter in Malachi Green.
3-1 pitch to Green. Actually, the outside part of the plate again. Count now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here in the bottom of the first, Spring Mills 1, Martinsburg nothing. Martinsburg 2 out. Runner on first and Alter, and Green up to bat. Butts sets. Looks over at the runner at first. Kick in the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 strikeouts in the bottom of the first for Spring Mills. Bradley Butts strains the runner at first. They lead 1-0 after 1. We're headed to the second after this 1-minute break. This is West Virginia High School EPAC Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Hey, it's Cody from Cody's Auto Body.
You're a potty mouth.
But we do a really great job fixing cars after an accident.
I know, but you're still a potty mouth.
I'm possibly the best friend you could ever have.
You are, but potty mouth.
If you need your car repaired, come to Cody's Auto Body, located at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg. Because that's Cody's with a T for f***ing trust.
See? Potty mouth.
Leave me alone.
John's Pool Supplies, your local one-stop shop for all of your swimming pool needs. Located at 237 Eagle School Road, John's Pool Supplies has over 30 years of experience and a large selection of products, services, and supplies for your pool or hot tub. From custom liner installation and pool inspections to free water testing, call John's Pool Supplies at 304-267-2000 or go to johnspoolsupplies.com.
Welcome back here as we head to the top of the second, brought to you by the personal injury attorneys Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. Visit burkeandschultz.com. We play hardball after 1 at Spring Mills 1 and Martinsburg nothing. Due up for Spring Mills in the top of the second. Stanley, Trumpauer, Wysocki, the 7, 8, 9 hitters.
Yeah, good job there by Butts after he kind of lost control there a bit. Throwing that ball up and in, got the strikeout on Salazar-Necki after that. I mean, that particular pitch wasn't a strike, but count that one. He threw 8 straight balls, but he was able to come back, get 3 straight strikes on Malachi Green, and get himself out of that little bit of trouble that he got in.
So now it's Jameer Brown on the mound again for Martinsburg. 25 pitches last inning. The first pitch here to Stanley misses low for ball 1.
Yeah, the run scored after the batter was able to get the first on the wild pitch drop, third strike.
1-0 down the lane. Count now 1-1. It's been something that a lot of teams struggle with, and Martinsburg maybe a little bit more. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look. It seems like kind of wild pitches or pass balls that have allowed runs this year. Is that fouled off by Stanley, the count 1-2?
Yeah, I mean, Fox is a young catcher there trying to catch some premier, pitchers, with a lot of velo in those guys. It's a tough job. Their curveballs dunk, they.
1-2. Gets Stanley to chase for strike 3, but back to your point, if you didn't finish it there, trip.
Yeah, Fox just it's his first year trying to catch these guys. He didn't catch them at all last year in JV that much. He caught Grant a little bit maybe. But, Thomas, the other catcher there, Thomas caught a good bit there, all this, the JV. But regardless, he's had his chance to kind of catch them, bullpen them. And
first pitch to Trumpauer misses for ball 1. Wysocki.
I think when you look at it, if you want to grade him, for where he started and where he's at now, he certainly climbed that mountain and become, a pretty good catcher for a sophomore there this year. And you got to, tip your cap to him. He jumped into a role that, he didn't think he was going to have to. He thought he maybe had one more year to get ready. But he jumped right in and fouled back there. Wysocki fouls, or Trumpauer, is it? Excuse me, Wysocki up to the plate.
It is. I had it as Trumpauer, so must have missed something. Or are they hitting out of order?
I don't know, because looks like Curry's on deck. So we'll have to figure out what's going on there.
This ground ball down the third baseline and foul right at the last second.
Yeah, but overall, I mean, Fox has been, certainly a good catcher for this varsity team coming in as a sophomore who really didn't catch a tremendous amount when he was younger. I mean, he's just started catching here recently, so this year he's really grown up, and I think it's just going to get better and better. And, these pitchers aren't afraid to throw those pitches to him. Occasionally one's going to get by when you throw a curveball in the dirt for a strikeout. It just happens in this game.
Next pitch. Outside. Count now 1-2. So.
Yeah, this is definitely Wysocki.
Yeah, I don't know. Did we miss somebody then? So you're looking here at this lineup that we were given. And the pitch outside again. Yeah. There you go. So the DH was hitting in the place of the pitcher. Okay. Even though the lineup was written out with butts behind him, that's kind of what threw me off there. So got that figured out as this is lined right to Zarnecki, who bobbles it. His throw to first, though, is in time for the out.
Great job there by Zarnecki and Loper there. That ball caught Zarnecki pretty good. He's kind of down on one knee, catching his breath, but he come up through across one hump, and a great stretch there by Loper as he stretched that groin out of his too.
Yeah, he's going to be checked out here.
So if we go back to this lineup here, and hopefully we didn't mess it up too bad. Yeah.
My apologies there. So I fix it on my scorecard as well, so that hopefully no more mistakes are made.
In the very first inning,
since that fifth batter,
it was Eichelberger that reached on the drop third strike, and then it was Anderson that singled and not struck out, and it was Stanley that struck out. So it was Jake Anderson. Butts is not in the lineup. And then leading off the inning, Trumpauer struck out, and then Wysocki grounded out to third just now on that line drive.
2 out, nobody on as the pitch low from Brown to Curry for ball 1.
So here we are with Curry now at the plate. Batting in the 9-hole.
Curry pops this one foul over the first base dugout. The count now 1-1.
Keelan Curry, I believe, isn't it?
Yes.
How you pronounce the young man's name? Another young underclassman here at Spring Mills. Having a great year.
Pitch from Brown. Check swing, and it's called a strike. I don't know if it's on the swing or if it was in the zone.
Called it on the swing as he looked back and asked, was that on the swing? And looked like Jeff acknowledged, yes, it was, son.
1-2 pitch gets Curry to chase. It's a drop third strike that Fox picks up and will throw down the line as 3 up, 3 down. In the top of the second goes Spring Mills. It remains the Cardinals 1 and the Martinsburg Bulldogs nothing. Head to the bottom of the second after this 1-minute break. This is EPAC baseball action on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Hey, it's Cody from Cody's Auto Body.
You're a potty mouth.
But we do a really great job fixing cars after an accident.
I know, but you're still a potty mouth.
I'm possibly the best friend you could ever have.
You are, but potty mouth.
If you need your car repaired, come to Cody's Auto Body, located at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg. Because that's Cody's with a T for f***ing trust.
See? Potty mouth.
Leave me alone.
John's Pool Supplies, your local one-stop shop for all of your swimming pool needs. Located at 237 Eagle School Road, John's Pool Supplies has over 30 years of experience and a large selection of products, services, and supplies for your pool or hot tub. From custom liner installation and pool inspections to free water testing, call John's Pool Supplies at 304-267-2000 or go to johnspoolsupplies.com.
Welcome back. Our bottom of the second inning is brought to you by the Berkeley County Health Department. Prevent, Promote, Protect, offering public, clinical, and environmental services at 122 Waverly Court in Martinsburg. Top of the second was brought to you by the personal injury attorneys Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. Visit burkeandschultz.com. We play hardball. Henderson, Domenico, Loper, the 5, 6, 7 batters due up for Martinsburg here this half inning.
A nice defensive inning for Martinsburg there as they were able to set down the bottom of that line up there with a couple of strikeouts and a line drive. They caught Zarnecki on the finger, but he was able to stay with it as Butt starts off with a pitch, an uncompetitive breaking ball that didn't break.
Count 1-0 now to Henderson to begin this bottom of the second. Bud sets in the 1-0. Misses for ball 2. That time a bit high.
Tune in tomorrow night when John Alderton goes collar and Trip Tobin goes play by play. Colin will be cameraman.
Count now 3-0. Well, that last part is actually true. That's about it. 3-0 count. Pitch is taken by Henderson for a strike to count 3-1.
My beautiful wife at home says she can't hear me, so I want her to be able to hear me so she knows I'm here.
He's here, don't worry. He's not elsewhere. And he didn't pay me to say that as the 3-1 popped up by Henderson to first base. Schwartz is underneath it to make the catch on the 3-1 for out number 1.
Grant got a fastball in there from the left-hander. They kept running in and caught it off the handle and just popped it up in the air right to the first baseman. So good location there by Butts. If he can stay in there on those righties like that, he's going to cause them trouble.
Nick Domenico now up to bat as the first pitch way outside for ball 1.
Domenico back in the lineup. Like I said, he had that knee surgery right during the first week of practice. Tweaked that knee, and just luckily it wasn't worse than what it was, and they were able to get him healthy and back on the field here for regionals.
1-0. He's going to hit the opposite way down the third baseline, and that is down for a single with 1 out here in the bottom of the second.
Like he's running pretty well on that knee.
Good to see there. That's the first hit of the day for Martinsburg.
Gives Martinsburg another arm in the bullpen, as he's going to need all you can get there in that regional tournament.
Going to bring up Bradley Loper. Back-to-back lefties in the lineup.
Big smile on Domenico's face down there getting that hit.
But sets, looks over at the runner at first, Domenico. Slightly extends his lead as the first pitch. Big swing and a miss from Loper for strike 1.
Domenico wearing that knee brace. But they better not fall asleep on him. The way he ran down first base, it looks like he's got his speed back.
Anderson, the catcher, setting up outside here. As the pitch goes, and another swing and a miss for strike 2 from Loper.
Exact same spot, exact same
result.
Swing and same result. Yep.
So Loper now behind in the count, 0-2. Here with 1 out in the bottom of the second and the runner on first for Martinsburg.
Does he get right back to that pitch or try something fancy?
Well, the way the catcher set up, even though it looked like it was close to being the same pitch, I think the way Anderson was set up that time, he didn't get the call. Count 1-2.
Yeah, he kind of set up there, but it's a little bit outside, a little lower than the last two. Anderson talking to the umpire there a little bit.
Now he sets back up outside here against the lefty. Pitch It's going to be a fly ball sent by Loper deep to center field. Backing up on it is Curry. It's over his head and one hops the fence. Loper rounds first, heads to second. Domenico goes from second to third. Back-to-back hits, and it's an extra base hit this time for Loper with the double and one down here to bring up Fox.
He went back for the fastball for the fourth time, and this time he didn't get it quite outside where he wanted it. Loper had seen it 3 times there, and he jumped on it. It looked like Keelan Curry had a beat on it, but the ball was hit right at you on the line. The hardest one to catch as he retreated, and it one hopped the wall there at the 370 mark. And Domenico having to wait, as he also seen it, as I seen it, looked like Curry may have a shot at it, so he had to kind of hang up there. And then once it fell, he could only get to third on that and not score, but also, again, nursing a pretty good injury on that knee early.
First pitch to Fox from Bunce, misses outside. It's ball 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Tying run on third for Martinsburg. Go-ahead run on second. And Spring Mills leads 1-0. 1-0 count to Fox. Next pitch outside from Bunce. That's ball 2.
Yeah, we've seen Fox on a bunt attempt last night. They kind of went awry. So you got men on first, second, and third. Maybe, try it again tonight. But, again, with Domenico on third, squeeze play has got to use a lot of speed and all. I'm not sure Coach Ballard, in this game, it means everything, but it means nothing. So, you don't want to get guys hurt here going into next week and things like that. So, maybe he's going to play station to station here, keep Domenico healthy as he's, shown he can get back in the lineup. He can run the bases. Is he 100%? He appears to be 85% at least from what you just were looking at from passing the eye test. I haven't been at practice or seen him, but certainly the squeeze play could cause some force him to extend it a little bit and or slide things like that. So that could be out of the playbook at the moment, but get a little Coach Anderson, the catcher's father there, go out and talk to pitcher Bradley Butts here with 2-0 count to the number 8 hitter, Braden Fox.
Mound visit has concluded. Everybody goes back out now. Fox, righty up to bat. 2-0 count with 1 out. Spud sets. Runners on second and third. Wind up in the pitch. That makes the count 2-1 as it's a fastball in the lane for the strike.
It worked. He said throw a strike, so he did. Sometimes kids listen.
2-1. Throws another strike. Count 2-2.
Yeah, a lot of good coaching. From the stands, from everywhere. We can hear it everywhere. The crowd mic's got the coaching from the stands.
2-2. Just getting a piece of it is Fox as it heads over to the first base dugout.
So Butts reeled it back in here. 3 straight strikes after those. After that the single and a double, and then 2-0 count to Fox. Like the wheels might be coming off a little bit. He's even to count back up to 2-2 here.
Butts sets on the rubber. Here's the pitch. It's outside off the glove of Anderson, but just rolls slightly to the right of him. So no attempt at taking any bases by Loper at second or Domenico at third. The count now full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Fox. 1 out here in the bottom of the second. It's Spring Mills 1, Martinsburg nothing. Butts sets. Looks like Anderson, the catcher, setting up inside as the pitch to Fox is inside, and it's called strike 3 on the edge of the plate. Fox goes down looking for a huge out number 2 here in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, it's a tough call there. He crossed him up a little bit. Left-hander coming across the plate. Got in under the hands of Braden Fox, and Martinsburg catcher there gets caught looking.
R.J. Brown now up to bat, the 9-hole hitter, as Bunts take his time here and step off the mound for a brief moment before the at-bat against R.J.
Coach Ballard didn't like the call as he come down and spoke his mind about it.
First pitch swinging is R.J. Brown. He sends a deep fly ball into right center field, and it's down for a hit, and that's going to give Martinsburg a 2-1 lead here in the bottom of the second over Spring Mills.
R.J. Brown took that fastball away, just stayed with it, sent it out there in the right center gap, for the singles. He's been heating up here. Martinsburg needs him to heat up, if they're going to make a run at it in the sectionals, and going to hand it over now to his cousin Jameer Brown in the leadoff spot here.
It's a 2 RBI single for RJ. That'll bring up Jameer.
He told us last night he was going to be the player of the game. Maybe he just missed it by 24 hours.
Right now he's the leading candidate.
Yeah. Senior night last night, R.J. Brown. I think he had at least one hit, maybe a couple hits. Contributed in that win.
Pickoff attempt over at first. Brown back in at the bag safely.
It's one thing that Martinsburg hasn't done well this year is get that 2-out hit with runners in scoring position. Left a lot of runners on, and if you're going to win ball games and get crooked numbers up.
Pitch is a strike on the outside part of the plate to Jameer Brown.
If you're going to win ball games and put crooked numbers up through the in the innings, you're going to have to hit with 2 outs with runners in scoring position. Martinsburg has left a lot of runners on base, not just by not getting them in, but striking out. So cutting their strikeouts down, getting the ball in play.
0-1 outside for a ball. R.J. Brown tries to steal second. The throw from Anderson on the money. But it looks like R.J. Brown somehow slid past the tag of Tristan Wysocki.
Yeah, I think
count now 1-1.
Yeah, I believe Anderson threw from his knees, and that throw got there. I'm not sure if the shortstop second baseman, Tristan Wysocki, caught the ball out front or what, but there was no call made until R.J. Brown reached back as he kind of slid by the bag, kind of swam by it. So at this point, well, all we can think is that it was just the tag wasn't applied.
1-1 pitch. Hard ground ball by Jameer Brown to the shortstop, Bryce Anders. Throw to first. Caught by Swartz to end the inning. However, here in this bottom of the second, Martinsburg able to get 2 runs off 3 hits. A 1 runner left stranded after 2. It's now Martinsburg 2, Spring Mills 1. Back for the third after this 1-minute break. This is West Virginia High School EPAC Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. You have choices when it comes to appliance repair, but before you call a large corporate chain, consider what BW Appliance brings to the table. BW Appliance Repair offers fast in-home appliance repair services to the eastern panhandle of West Virginia, including Jefferson County and Berkeley County. We strive for professionalism, dedication, and honesty. Call us today at 304-279-8858 to schedule immediate service. You can also visit us online at bwappliance.repair.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
We welcome you back here as we enter the third inning, and our top of the third is brought to you by WVU Medicine, Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, leading healthcare here and everywhere. Here in the top of the third, the top of the lineup coming up for Spring Mills as they now trail Martinsburg. I score 2-1. So it's Anders Sweeney Swartz. Colin McLaughlin here, alongside me, Trip Tobin, on-site producer John Alderton, camera crew Dylan Bishop, Alec Epperson, Kyler High. Back in the studio is Nick Verzolini.
John Alderton bringing up the premium beef.
Yeah, he's busting out the big guns, the
jerk beef.
Wild Bill's premium beef jerky.
How are you supposed to eat that? And I guess you won't hear me talk for about 5 minutes as I chew down a bag.
Can't have anything, exactly. Got to stay hungry when you're a broadcaster.
I guess. Good thing I ate that hot dog.
Brown's first pitch. Catches the outside part of the plate to Anders for strike 1 to begin this top of the third.
He just flew out to the second baseman last time out into shallow right field.
Next pitch. Gets him to chase as Anders swings through it for strike 2.
Yeah, he offered on that pitch. It really fooled him because it was a curveball that broke away and down.
So 0-2 count to Anders. Lead off this top of the third as Brown's 0-2 pitch to him.
Ball's up.
Just high for a ball. Count 1-2.
The crowd might call up somebody down there calling it a strike, but it wasn't Jeff. So
yeah, it fooled me.
So we'll continue.
It's the 1-2.
Oh,
just misses
missed.
for a ball. Count 2-2. Tried to get the curveball to drop in.
That one looked pretty good. Must have been around the plate.
2-2 count. Pitch. Did he get him to chase? He did. Anders goes down on strikes for out number 1 here in the top of the third.
I think he got him looking. I can't tell. He didn't. He just kind of said strike 3. He kind of checked swing, but it was also a borderline pitch. So we'll just put it down as a K.
Works for me. Is J.P. Sweeney now up to bat?
Sweeney with that soft single, that swinging bunt that landed in no man's land between Jameer and third baseman Zarnecki. Zarnecki's back out there after that line drive off the fingers last inning. Good to see that.
First pitch high for ball 1 to Sweeney. 1-0 count to him. Next pitch from Jameer Brown inside, but called a strike. Count 1-1. Caught that inside part of the plate, which has been a consistently called spot here this evening, to say the least. One upstairs for ball. Count now 2-1 to Sweeney.
Ball, just that curveball stayed up there. Sweeney, he seen him in the last 2 years with home run power. Got to be careful.
Next pitch is a strike. Count 2-2.
Hospice nice as Martinsburg honors one of their coaches, Brett Twigg, last few years back when a 5-5 tied. Number 5 Boober come in to score to walk it off.
2-2 pitch is grounded over towards shortstop on the play as Sweeney charging down the first base bag. With it, though, hit towards shortstop, Zarnecki, the third baseman, actually ran in and got the play done for Martinsburg for the out.
Yeah, if he doesn't come across there and cut it off, there's no way Grant Henderson's going to be able to come up and make that play from the hole. So great job by Zarnecki as he came across, cut it off, and shortened that throw as he beat Sweeney. The throw beat Sweeney by about a half a step there.
2 up, 2 down so far here in the top of the third as Ryland Swartz now up to bat here against Jameer Brown for the second time today. Pitch. First pitch swinging, it's a soft ground ball. Brown will scoop it up off the mound. Throw it over to first. That's 3 up, 3 down. Goes Spring Mills here in the top of the third. It remains Martinsburg 2, Spring Mills 1. This is West Virginia High School EPAC Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
You have choices when it comes to appliance repair, but before you call a large corporate chain, consider what BW Appliance brings to the table. BW Appliance Repair offers fast in-home appliance repair services to the eastern panhandle of West Virginia, including Jefferson County and Berkeley County. We strive for professionalism, dedication, and honesty. Call us today at 304-279-8858 to schedule immediate service. You can also visit us online at bwappliance.repair.
Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti.
If you've been injured in a car accident, there are 3 things you need to know.
1, do not discuss your accident with an insurance company before you talk to a lawyer.
2, on average, car accident victims with a lawyer get over 3 times more money than those without one.
And 3, at Mansion Ferretti, if we don't win, you don't pay us, guaranteed. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
We welcome you back here on WRNR Martinsburg and Comcast TV 10. So we head to the bottom of the third inning, brought to you by Farmers and Mechanics Insurance. Reliable coverage since 1877. Call 304-263-0809 for a quote today or visit FMIWV.com. 2-3-4 batters due up for Martinsburg: Zarnecki, Alter, and Green.
Batting for the Bulldogs, number 10, Silas Zarnecki.
Zarnecki up, trying to be a lead off here for Martinsburg. Like I said earlier, there's been, and I believe, I don't have the stats in front of me, but he's leading Martinsburg in on base percentage. So Good guy.
Last I looked, you're correct.
Good guy to have up here, leading the inning off. Made a nice defensive play in the bottom. In the top of the third.
Bottom third.
He made a nice play in the top of the third.
Oh,
there. Yeah.
Sorry. You were correct
defensively.
There. Count 1-0. Next pitch from Bunce, misses. That's ball 2 to Zarnecki.
Zarnecki also has good base running skills, and look for him to stay on top of this lineup throughout his career at Martinsburg, as he's able to get on and get over and get in a lot of times.
It's the 2-0 pitch outside for ball 3. Bunce continuing to kind of struggle to find the strike zone here consistently.
He's been hard to figure out a little bit. He'll go 2 or 3 balls in a row, then he'll pound the strike zone for 4 or 5 pitches, and then miss again.
3-0 is outside. It's a 4-pitch walk to Zarnecki to lead off the bottom of the third.
He's a good-looking pitcher, though. He's got great mound presence out there. Throws from the left side. Technically, looks fine from up here. Just occasionally loses a strike zone for a pitch or two.
He's now at 44 pitches tonight. Only 23 of them for strikes, though.
Yeah, like I say, he'll get in deeper counts, and went in that little stretch there where he lost his own a little bit, but he's a competitor out there.
First pitch to Alter, big swing and a miss as he has to pick himself back up after that swing for strike 1.
If he'd have hit that one, we'd have found it over on Queen Street with that swing.
Yeah. Interesting approach after a 4-pitch walk.
Make sure he didn't break and hurt anything on that swing.
Might have hurt his pride a little bit. The 0-1. It's going to be a soft ground ball by Alter to the second baseman. Wysocki's only play is a throw to first, and that's in time as Zarnecki takes second on the play.
Yeah, he hit it just soft enough to sacrifice the runner, or to move the runner over. So hit behind the runner there a little bit. They got lefty on lefty. It's Malachi Green. If he can pull something and find some grass out there for a single, I think the speed of Zarnecki is going to give Martinsburg a 2-run lead. Malachi Green's going to have to figure out Butch, though, who Butch got him to strike out swinging last time.
First pitch is a strike on the outside part of the plate, which is where Bunce and Anderson like to kind of set up and go here against these lefties in Martinsburg's lineup. You can see
Malachi put his toes on that white line this time.
Pitch. Change up. Way ahead of it is Green for strike 2.
Definitely an off-speed pitch there.
Yeah.
Got him out in front, pulling off of it. Coach Bauer's going to call timeout, talk to him, tell him, hey, just put the ball in play here. Let the speed of the velo from the pitcher and that strength of yours work for you. Have somebody in the bullpen down there for Spring Mills. Right-hander.
You can't tell the number on the back of the jersey from here.
15? Don't trust my eyes.
We'll wait to see as the 0-2 fouled straight back by Green. Keep his at bat alive.
Yeah, with the approach that Butch is taking tonight, staying away from these hitters, you're going to stay back and drive it the other way. Early in the season, Malachi Green was tearing a terror on the left side of the field. He needs to do that here on these pitches that are away.
One out runner on second, bottom of the third. It's Martinsburg 2, Spring Mills 1. Martinsburg. Green on strikes again. This time caught looking as Spring Mills Bradley Bunce as his 4th strikeout of the evening.
Ball was Malachi thought the ball was off the plate. Jeff King caught him out on the strike there looking.
Grant Henderson now up the bat. Pitch from Butts. Slips and goes straight to the backstop. Zarnecki will jog his way down to third and say thank you very much. That's ball 1 to Henderson.
He hit the bull with that one.
Just a bit outside. Next pitch is a strike. Count 1-1.
Zarnicki 90 feet away after reaching.
Yep. Be an insurance run if the Bulldogs can get him home. Anderson up the bat as the pitch. Anderson makes contact with and will send a high fly ball to left center field, but Curry tracks it down and will make the catch to retire the side. So the runner gets stranded, and after 3 innings played, it remains Martinsburg 2, Spring Mills 1. Step aside, take a 1-minute break. This is West Virginia High School EPAC Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information. Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information.
Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl, tile, and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009, or visit them online at tripsfloorsanding.com.
We welcome you back here to P.O. Faulkner Park as we head to the top of the 4th inning, which is brought to you by Skinner Accident Injury Lawyers, representing accident injury claims for over 50 years. Go to SkinnerWins.com. Due up here in the top of the 4th for Spring Mills. It's heart of the lineup. Eichelberger, Anderson, Stanley, the 4, 5, 6 batters. Yes, I got that right this time. After
you got it figured out.
My confusion
earlier
from
today.
Last time, yeah.
Jefferson beat Frankfurt 5-2. Braden Oviedo with a home run in that game. Jet Gross going 6 1/3 for the victory. So Jefferson is doing what they do here. They're getting heated up for the playoffs. Musselman's up as we speak on, Moorfield 11-3. And Hedgesville is up against winning 6-3 in their game against Broadfording Gold.
1-0 count. Make it 2-0 now to Eichelberger.
So at the moment, the EPAC teams are winning, except for one of these two teams. Who's not going to get a win tonight.
Right now, if things held the way they are, that would be Spring Mills. As the pitch is high, though, from Brown to Eichelberger, the count 3-0. It is Martinsburg 2, Spring Mills 1. Got a brief pause here as shortstop Grant Henderson wants a word with his pitcher Jameer Brown after the 3 straight balls.
They don't like to put the lead off on, that's for sure.
3-0 is a strike to Eichelberger. Count now 3-1.
Put her down the pike there.
Eichelberger steps back in. The pitch skips off home plate for ball 4. It's a leadoff walk for Eichelberger and Spring Mills here in the 4th. First walk issued of the night by Jameer Brown.
Yeah. Don't want to, with a 1-run lead, you certainly don't want to put the lead off on, especially on a free base. But here we are. See if the Spring Mills opts to play any small ball here as Anderson comes to the plate.
He singled his last at bat as the pitch. So I was looking down there. It was a ball. Count 1-0. Pickoff attempt gets past Loper as Brown sends it towards the dugout, and that's going to stay over towards the wall. Rounding second, but going back is Eichelberger.
The ball got away from him. There was a chance there. I thought maybe he might take off for third, but with nobody out, you don't want to make that first out at third. So a good job there by Coach Baird and Eichelberger for already in scoring position. Don't want to don't want to make that first out at third.
First error of the night. Tying run now at second for Spring Mills. Pitch from Brown. Going to be a hard ground ball right back up the middle by Anderson into center field. Alter throws home, but it's down the third baseline, and we are tied as Anderson gets an RBI single to score Eichelberger in the top of the fourth to make it Spring Mills 2, Martinsburg 2.
Young man's a tough out there at the plate there. Sent that base hit right back up the middle. Coach Zarnecki's going to come out and talk to Jameer after the walk, and then threw the ball away there at first, so the ball got away. So, nobody out, man on first. Need to limit the damage this inning if you're Martinsburg. Spring Mills trying to get that fire lit.
We got a brand new ball game as Stanley will be up to bat here after this mound visit. And tonight, regular season game, but these two teams will meet off in that first round of the 4A Region 2 tournament next week on Monday night here at P.O. Faulkner Park.
Got a runner for the catcher. I believe it was number 19.
Trying to look down here at Game Changer to see if they have it yet, and they do not, so not sure about that yet. But another pickoff attempt over at first almost gets past Loper as he had to jump over that courtesy runner to snag the ball.
Yeah, that one gets away. That could have been bad.
Pitch squaring up the bunt is Stanley, and he fouls it over into the on-deck circle for a strike.
Spring Mills trying to get a little small ball here, get a runner on first or second with one out. Try to get that lead back.
Brown wind up in the pitch, another squared up the bunt, and Stanley will bunt it right back to the pitcher Brown for the sacrifice. That puts the runner at second with one out now here in the top of the fourth.
Number 9, Landon Trumpauer.
Said that you saw a number 19?
I think so.
So that should be Caden Renner then, it appears, according to the Spring Mills roster. It's Trumpauer now up the bat. The go-ahead runner now at second base is the pitch from Brown outside and off the glove of Fox, and that allows Renner to go to third.
Yeah, wild pitch there. Got away from Jameer there, the right-hander, all the way across his body into the left-hander batter's box as the runner is 90 feet away from taking the lead here for Spring Mills with 2 outs to get him home.
Infield creeping in just a little bit now as well because of it. Next pitch. Fastball high for ball 2 to Trumpauer. 2-0 count now as Brown needs to settle back in for the Dogs.
A lot of crowd noise here tonight.
A lot of chirping from the dugouts as well.
Yeah.
This pitch misses away. Count now 3-0 to Trumpauer.
Yeah, for everybody at home who thinks that's John Alderton, it's not yet. Number 19 is who we have on bases. So
that's Renner at third then. Courtesy runner. As the pitch. Inside, it's a 4-pitch walk. Second walk of the inning and of the game by Jameer Brown.
Yeah. First and third. We'll see what Spring Mills does here. Martinsburg, Coach Zarnecki's already spoke to Jameer Brown, so he can't go out and talk to him, so they're going to have to get out of this themselves. If not, have to make a pitching change. So we got the infield back and double play depth third baseman, even with the bag. Loper's holding the runner at first and third. Jameer Brown looks at the third, checks, runner goes.
Wysocki up the bat. It's a hit and run, but he'll foul it off as the runner at first, and Trumpauer was going on the pitch.
Coach Zeke over there took the one hopper, saved the coach and staff on that one.
0-1 count to Wysocki as Brown sets. So the runner behind him over his back shoulder, and we get a timeout called before the pitch as Wysocki didn't like how long he had to wait in the box.
Yeah, I think the last time was more of a hit and run. The runner doesn't have a great lead. I'm not sure he was trying to steal the base as much as they were just had a hit and run play on, trying to open up the middle there for Wysocki to hit through it.
Pitch outside for a ball. Count now 1-1 to Wysocki. Wysocki grounded out the third his last time up.
Coach Barrett giving signals over there.
Got runners on the corners for Spring Mills as the pitch from Brown catches the plate. Count now 1-2 to Wysocki.
Trumpower looking at his signals over there. We're watching him take just a moderate lead there. Nothing too big. Just 2 or 3 step lead there. Not a big lead by any means.
It's a 2-2 ball game, top of the fourth between Spring Mills and Martinsburg. Spring Mills trying to retake the lead with the runners on the corners. Pitch from Brown to Wysocki. Wysocki sends a ground ball to the second baseman. Kaufman will throw to first in time for out number 2, but that'll score Renner and give Spring Mills a 3-2 lead. Trumpower will advance to second on the play as well.
Yeah, nice play there. Nice job by Wysocki at the plate, taking that pitch on the outer half, just hitting it to the second baseman and using his speed there. Trumpower, no play at second for no chance for double play, so Kaufman just had to go to first for the RBI ground out for Wysocki.
That brings up Curry as the first pitch outside in the pellets of the turf in the opposite batter's box for ball 1.
In the dirt. It was in the dirt, wasn't it? Not in the pellets.
Brown looks at the runner behind him, now fires as Curry sends this one straight up, and it drifts its way over first base side and out of play past the dugout. Count now 1-1.
See Domenico out there stretching it out. That's a good sign. Him and Loper and Kaufman gave chase. Number 9 batter Curry here.
Struck out swinging in his lone at bat. Brown's pitch. I'll send off the glove of Loper. Did they rule foul?
I think he called it a foul ball.
He did. Send home plate umpire. So we'll reset. To me, from this angle, Loper got a piece of it.
Yeah, I thought if
and he was standing in fair territory.
Yeah, I'm not sure there how I can't see from this angle, so. But yeah, it was a line drive there that got, past the first baseman Loper. He did look like he did deflect it, whether or not he was on the line or across the line. Something I can't tell from here, but yeah, that's a good thing for Martinsburg. It was foul because it was going to be a double and a run-scoring double at that. So
next pitch outside to Curry. As Brown tried to get him to chase. He did not, so the count's 2 balls, 2 strikes. And a timeout called by Curry. Spring Mills 3, Martinsburg 2. Spring Mills already scored twice here in the top of the fourth. Got a runner on second, trying to extend its lead here against Martinsburg. Jameer Brown checks the runner behind him now, sends the pitch, and that's going to be a line shot past the diving shortstop Grant Henderson into left field. R.J. Brown trying to throw home, but it's not in time. 4-2 now. Spring Mills leads Martinsburg in the top of the fourth. It's an RBI single by Keelan Curry.
Yeah, on that play, you can see Grant Henderson was holding. He got in behind the runner. Sometimes that means, if you see me on the second base side of the runner, it's a pickoff play. Henderson got caught retreating back to his position, holding the runner there as he got in deep. Maybe it might have been a miscommunication there. But anyway, great job by Curry finding it in the hole out there.
Anders now up the bat as the first pitch to him is a strike.
Holding the runner there, opened up that left side for Curry, and he hit the ball through it for a RBI single.
Runner on first now. Brown sets. The runner goes. The pitch high for a ball. Fox throw off the money. And diving for it as Henderson makes sure it didn't go into the outfield. Count 1-1 now with the runner on second as Keelan Curry steals the bag.
Lots of speed there in that young man. Anders to the plate. Ground or fly out in the strikeout so far tonight.
Yep, they ruled that looking, by the way. Those keeping track at home, possibly, as the pitch. Breaking ball that drops in. The count now 1-2 to Anders. Jameer Brown trying to get the Bulldogs out of the inning and stop the bleeding. The pitch. Soft grounder down the third baseline, and Fox will let it roll foul before picking it up. Count remains 1-2. Jameer Brown now over 75 pitches, make it 77 total.
Yeah, pushing that pitch count up here for Jameer here in the fourth.
27 pitch inning so far.
Been a long inning. Started off with that walk, and since then, nothing good has happened for the most part. Walk, a ball that gets advances on the error, comes around and score on the single, and then from there it's been a dogfight to get the last 2 outs.
Pitch trying to get him to chase, but Anders does not offer at a ball way outside. Count now is 2-2 with 2 outs and the runner on second here in the top of the fourth. Pitch from Brown. Oh, whack. Anders in the helmet. So that slips out of Brown's hand.
Yeah, hit definitely slipped out of his hand. It was a curveball that stayed up. Couldn't get out of the way. Dropped down and hit him on top of the helmet there. Good thing he had that gear on as we got in on first and second. Anders seems fine. He took it on top of the nugget and dropped the bat and took off here as Sweeney comes to the plate with a chance to really do some damage. And Coach Ballard told us many a times, we cannot get down, in these games, too many runs offensively. We're more of a, station to station, bunt, sacrifice, steal. We can generate a few runs an inning, but we're not a team that wants to get down too much, but they sure do show fight when they're down regardless. So a lot of game here as Jameer Brown struggling this inning a little bit, and the coach has already went out and talked to him once, so he's kind of, on his own until they can either decide they're going to relieve or leave him in there and see if he can fight his way out of this thing here. As he's an out away, or excuse me, a pitch away from getting out of this thing, and Sweeney, with the power that he has, can really do some damage at the plate here with men on first and second.
Sweeney 1 for 2 today.
Yeah. The biggest thing tonight for Martinsburg is runners have been moving up on wild pitches, and balls that are getting away and stolen bases. So
first pitch swinging. Big swing and a miss from Sweeney for strike 1.
Spring Mills has been getting on, and then via stolen base or wild pitch or ball that gets away, on a pickoff thing like that, they've been able to move up, freely.
Brown looks at the runner behind him, and a time will be called by Sweeney as he steps out. Top of the fourth. Our score, Spring Mills 4, Martinsburg 2. 3-run inning so far for the Cardinals. They got runners on first and second. 2 out. Pitch from Brown. Fastball at the knees and called strike 2 to J.P. Sweeney.
Yeah, he fooled him a little bit. Sweeney was looking for something else, I believe, because he missed his pitch there.
Brown finally get the Bulldogs out of the inning. Spring Mills continue to keep this half inning alive. The 0-2 pitch popped up over the press box out of play. Sweeney keeps the bat alive for now. Still behind in the count 0-2 against Jameer Brown, who is now above 80 pitches so far. Make it 82. Pitch 83 on the 0-2. Going to be a line shot right to the second baseman, Kaufman. He drops down and will make the catch to retire the side. But 3 runs cross in the top of the fourth off 2 hits. An error, 2 runners are stranded. Spring Mills now leads Martinsburg 4-2. Step aside and take a 1-minute break, then be back with the bottom of the fourth. This is West Virginia High School EPAC baseball action on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information. Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information.
Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl, tile, and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009, or visit them online at tripsfloorsanding.com. Back here live at P.O. Faulkner Park. Bottom of the fourth inning is brought to you by Floor Pools. Make every day better with a hot tub or swimming pool. Floor Pools has locations in Martinsburg, Chambersburg, and Hagerstown. Martinsburg will send Domenico, Loper, Fox, the 6, 7, 8 batters up against Bradley Butts as Spring Mills now leads the Bulldogs 4-2 here this evening.
Martinsburg needs to respond here if they're going to, stay in this game. They can't let Spring Mills just sneak away as they've chipped away and scored that first run of the game and got 3 this inning. Got the momentum in their favor. Martinsburg needs to try to take it back here a little bit and cut this lead in half or try to tie it back up. Certainly don't want a quick inning.
First pitch swinging to Domenico, and he's going to ground it right to the first baseman, Swartz, who bobbles it. And nobody went to cover the bag because of how close Swartz was. It looked routine, but instead it will be an error to allow Domenico to stand on first to lead off the bottom of the fourth.
Domenico running on that leg with that brace, so looking good out there today.
First error of the night now for Spring Mills defensively, and we saw what that did for Martinsburg here this last inning.
We'll bring Tomlinson in to run there for Domenico. Save that knee there.
Sloper now will be up to bat.
Loper with the power to tie this game up with one swing. Lefty on lefty with Bradley Butts. Bradley's done a good job of keeping Martinsburg from having a big inning here tonight. Limited damage.
First pitch swinging. It's strike one.
Loper did have that dead center line drive over the head of Keelan Curry for a double earlier after swinging through 2 pitches.
Pickoff attempt. Tomlinson back in safely.
Yes, Swartz had an easy play there. I think he just took his eye off the ball just there at the last second, to check the runner and head to the bag, and then didn't have it. Then he went to go back. I think he stepped on it, and he lost his footing, and then give Domenico just enough time to get there.
Next pitch, called strike 2 on the outside edge. Loper behind in the count 0-2 now. Lefty on lefty here against Butts.
Loper moved up in the box a little bit in case he sees that pitch again as Anderson sets up outside on the white line of the right-hander's batter's box.
It's called strike 3. 3 pitches, 3 strikes. Loper goes down looking for the out.
Tough pitch to take a hack at there. As, looked a little outside from up here, but Jeff King and and Anderson and Bradley Butts hooked up here tonight.
Fox now up to bat. Breaking ball goes off the glove of Anderson, and he loses it. He thought it was still in his mitt as it rolls away to the backstop, and that'll allow a runner to take second on the passed ball. Count 1-0 to Fox now.
Martinberg with the runner in scoring position here. Butts doing what he's been doing tonight here is getting big strikeouts when he needed them.
Pitch. Fox swings and Sends the ball high into the night sky in center field. Running in is Curry. He makes the catch, and that's out number 2. That'll bring up R.J. Brown, who had that 2 RBI single his last time up in that second inning, which at the time gave Martinsburg a 2-1 lead. They now find themselves down here against Spring Mills 4-2.
Yeah, things going Spring Mills' way here right now. Butch looking like a good another arm in that bullpen for Spring Mills.
First pitch low to Brown for a ball from Butts.
They've got Cumley over there, Sweeney, who's been there 1 and 2 for the most part of this year, I believe. Now Butts coming in, doing a great job here on an EPAC matchup.
Pitch misses. That's ball 2.
2-0 count here.
R.J. Brown up. Jameer Brown on deck for the Dogs.
Going to be sitting on his pitch here.
2-0 pitch. Grounded foul by R.J. Brown into the third base dugout side.
Yeah, you're starting to get a little more confident when you're 2-0 and you're looking for your pitch and not looking for the walk there, looking to put the ball in play. So R.J.'s confidence is growing here at the right time of the year at the plate.
Call time. Step out of the box for a second. Step back in. Butts sets. Looks at the runner behind him at second. Does so again. And R.J. Brown will call time as a result. Brown steps back in. Righty against the lefty on the rubber. Two-one count. And Butts will step off to force the runner back to second. So you got Tomlinson, the courtesy runner, out there playing the mind games. Butts ready to fire. Here's the pitch. On the outside edge. Strike 2 to R.J. Brown.
Strike 2 looking there for R.J.
Anderson setting up outside again. Butts pitches inside, and having to lean back was R.J. Brown. As the count now full, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
He crossed everybody up.
Yeah.
R.J. thought it was going to be away. Catcher set up away, and the ball come running in.
With a fastball.
A fastball.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on second. Butts. Payoff pitch to Brown inside, and called strike 3. R.J. Brown goes down looking. After 4. Spring Mills 4. Martinsburg 2. Head to the 5th after this 1-minute break. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Howard had Alzheimer's. Managing Howard at home was getting more and more difficult. Hospice of the Panhandle certainly empowered me to care for Howard at home. What I found was an understanding that different cultures require maybe different approaches. I mean, Hospice of the Panhandle saved my life. Took care of Howard and saved my life. Call Hospice of the Panhandle.
The future doesn't wait. Why should you? Blue Ridge Community and Technical College offers over 60 degree and certificate programs in education, IT, culinary arts, engineering, and so much more. Small class sizes, flexible schedules with evening and online classes, affordable tuition, plus financial aid is available to those who qualify. Now you can go to college. Visit us online at blueridgectc.edu. That's blueridgectc.edu. Stop waiting and enroll today.
We welcome you back here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10, as well as WRNR TV on YouTube, as we head to the top of the 5th inning, brought to you by CMA's Martinsburg and Winchester dealerships. They're proud to be the owners who just care more. Swartz, Eichelberger, Anderson, the 3-4-5 batters for Spring Mills, will come up to the plate, and they'll face a new pitcher out on the mound for Martinsburg. As coming in from right field onto the mound is number 3, Nick Domenico. Call to the bullpen brought to you by Smallwood and Small Insurance in Martinsburg, your total insurance solution, located at 1250 Edwin Miller Boulevard, Suite 301 in Martinsburg. Call 304-263-3361. So with this change, I'd assume that there's a few other defensive changes as well for the Dogs.
Jameer went to short, moved Grant from short to second, and that moved Kaufman from second to right field, and the right fielder from right field to first. So everybody just did a little merry-go-round. Sort of the volleyball shuffle there, isn't it? Everybody moves one to the right.
Good rotation there.
Everybody's rotating one to the right.
So Swartz will lead off the top of the 5th.
Swartz grounded out third, grounded out to the pitcher. His 2 times up. And that's to be his third at bat, yeah.
The first pitch from Domenico is a strike to Swartz.
There you go. Make him jump on that. Fox throw back to him was high. Domenico showed he can jump. That's how you hurt his knee, jumping up into the batting cage, come down the wrong way on it.
Next pitch is strike 2. Swartz let both pitches go by.
Domenico giving a different look here from the left side, as they've seen about 80 pitches from the right side here after 4 innings of Jameer Brown.
Yeah, try to get his final stat line when we can here for you. As we might have some time now as Swartz steps out. For Brown, 4 innings pitched, 4 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them earned. Struck out 5, walked 2. As the pitch from Domenico will be softly grounded foul by Swartz to keep the at-bat alive.
Bottom of the 4th, now it's Broadfording Gold 6, Hedgesville 6, and Musselman is up 13-3 over Moorfield. And that game is in, I believe it's over there on a walk-off there, 13-3, a 10-run mercy rule in the bottom of the 6th. Musselman walks it off.
Pitch is high from Domenico to Swartz. The count now 1-2. And speaking of Broadfording Gold, that is who the Bulldogs will see here at P.O. Faulkner Park tomorrow with a 6 p.m. first pitch. It's the 1-2 pitch. Stays high. The count 2-1 to Swartz.
As far as Washington, they went up to Highland up in Virginia tonight to play the Highland Hawks, and they were 10-run by them in the bottom of the 6th inning. Highland walked it off, and it's an 11-1 victory.
A 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Swartz is out. It's out number 1.
In the Patriots game, Braden Edwards went 2 1/3, 5 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, 2 strikeouts, a couple walks. Jackson Earl, and 2 in. Excuse me, I can't get it to come up.
While you search for that, first pitch to Eichelberger from Domenico stays high for ball 1.
Jackson Earl went 2 2/3, 3 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, 2 strikeouts, and a walk. So, and Sven Dupree come in, a third of an inning, 3 runs, 3 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned. So the Highland Hawks come out hitting tonight against some of the better pitching there on the Washington Patriots. Is leading the Patriots in hitting was Dupree and 2 hits. Connor Smith with 2 hits. Brown and Huff each with a hit. They were limited to only 4 hits tonight.
Next pitch also high. Count now 2-0 to Eichelberger from Nick Domenico. Domenico sets. Wind up and the delivery up and in. 3-0 count now to Eichelberger.
As far as the Musselman game goes, they were Got some good pitching from Henchman, Stanley, and Gans to combine for 6 innings.
The 3-0. Upstairs, it's a 4-pitch walk with 1 out here in the top of the 5th. That'll bring up Anderson as Eichelberger jogs his way down the first base line. Another free base given up by the Martinsburg Bulldogs here tonight. And we've heard it in the past. I don't know if that stat still holds true or not for Martinsburg this season, because it's been a little while since we heard it from head coach Aaron Byler. But free base game is usually what is one of the main deciding factors in the outcome of the game for the Dogs. If they lose the free base game, they lose the game. If they win the free base game, they win the game.
And generally, if they score more runs than the other team, they win that game, too.
Well, that always is the case.
Good point, right?
It's the pitch inside for a ball to Anderson.
We'll get a timeout here by Kurt Zarnecki. Has got the strikeout. Now we've had 5 straight balls. We're going to check on Domenico. Probably a health check there as he's been just coming back, rehabbing that knee. But as far as the Musselman game goes, as far as their pitching goes, Ryder Gans went 1 inning complete, 1 hit, 1 strikeout. Henchman went 3 in the third, 3 hits, 4 strikeouts, no runs, no earned runs. And Stanley went 2 innings. He gave up 5 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, struck out 1. And then the hitting side of Musselman strung together 13 hits, 3 from Gans, 1 from Gilbert, 2 from Boyles. 1 from Henchman, 2 from Pavanelli, 2 from Kisner, 2 from Zacharias. And not only did they hit the ball, but they had 3 doubles and a triple, as Gans, Henchman, and Pavanelli and Kisner with the triple all had extra base hits tonight, as Musselman is busting out, and looks like they're playing pretty well at the right time of the year.
Domenico going to try to pick off the runner, and it hops off the turf and then off the glove of Loper. And running towards second now is Eichelberger. A throw from Loper, not in time for a tag to be applied, and it's another error to allow a base runner to take second.
Yeah, that's been the thing tonight with Martinsburg, is not the free bases that allow them on, maybe the walk or that, but even when they hit themselves on Martinsburg, is Spring Mills has moved up on pickoff plays that were in the dirt, stolen bases, dirt balls, and they've been given a lot of free bases once they've gotten on base.
And weirdly enough, both times the throwing error by the pitcher to allow a runner to take second has been Eichelberger. Back-to-back innings as this pitch inside now from Domenico. Count 2-0 to Anderson, as it's now 6 straight balls thrown by the lefty. You've mentioned Domenico still trying to come back off the knee injury, as this pitch high off the glove of Fox. Of count now 3-0. Runner stays put as that ball stayed in front of Fox. This is only Domenico's second time out on the mound. He only pitched 1 inning that last time as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got to get your stamina back up. He's been out and right. He's got a base hit. He contributed here tonight. Coming into close is a big time, big EPAC game.
He finally finds the zone on the 3-0. May or may not have been just Mr. Automatic, but count 3-1 either way. Domenico, 3-1. Fouled back by Anderson, so the count now full, 3-2.
Anderson's been a tough out here tonight. Got an RBI in a similar situation here where, like you said, Eichelberger moved up on a throw and a pickoff play in the dirt, then Anderson fouled it with a single up the middle to score him. So Anderson's looking to repeat.
Yeah, he's trying to go 3 for 3. He's got 2 singles with that RBI that you just mentioned, as well as scoring a run himself.
Having a fine night is the young freshman.
Payoff pitch from Domenico. Swing and a miss on a high fastball by Anderson. That is out number 2. Great job by Domenico to fight back after 7 straight balls thrown. Gets Anderson with the high cheese. Trying to bring up Stanley. 2 out, runner on second. It's the top of the 5th. It's Spring Mills 4, Martinsburg 2. Domenico with the pitch, and that skips past Fox straight to the backstop for ball 1. Eichelberger on the wild pitch takes third.
The ball got underneath of him again. With with Domenico being out most of the year, Fox has pretty much zero experience with Domenico here. Trying to read him or catch him.
Pitch high.
And Domenico's got a little velo with him here, coming from the left side.
2-0 count. Line up and the pitch. That's a strike. Count 2-1. Watch your eyes here, Tripp. I asked John if he can get the lights for us here shortly.
Getting dark.
It is getting dark here. Stadium lights on. There's our lights as the pitch. It's going to be fouled off by Stanley over the first base dugout and out of play. The count now 2-2. Even with these young eyes I got, it was starting to get tough for me to see my scorecard here in front of me.
I can see Chuck now.
Yeah. He was hiding from us.
He hasn't been real happy with the game. I've heard him sign over there a few times. Oh, darn.
I think he's more frustrated that he didn't get his dinner yesterday.
Well, he's waiting on that.
I was waiting on the credit card from you. The pitch skips past Fox again, and that's going to score a run. It was a fastball low that Fox couldn't deal with. Spring Mills now extends its lead to 5-2 here in the top of the fifth.
Yeah, moved up, walked himself on. I got a walk, a bad pickoff, pass, wild pitch, pass balls and wild pitches, however you want to score them. I'm not down there to see exactly where they're landing, so combinations of each allow them to come around.
Full count, the pitch fouled off by Stanley to battle here throughout this at-bat against Nick Domenico. Martinsburg just continues to shoot itself in the foot. The mistakes have mounted itself up to now a 3-run deficit. As this pitch high for ball 4. A 2-out walk. Or excuse me. Yes, 2-out walk. That'll bring up Trump Power, who, just like everybody else this inning, struck out and walked.
That's the theme.
Pitch from Domenico. High for a ball. 24 pitches so far for Nick. He sets. Looks over at the runner at first. The pitch is a strike. Throw over to first as Fox wanted to try to catch Stanley leaning, but he slides back in. It's the count 1-1 to Trump Power.
Fox getting a little confidence back there. Been beat up pretty bad here tonight. 2 different pitchers. Throwing the ball in the dirt here a few times on him.
Next pitch is called strike 2 to Trump Power.
At least he is getting hit tonight, so you don't have to just sit back there and take a beating behind the plate without, getting a chance to swing the bat. So tonight he's out there swinging the bat as well. Good to see that.
1-2 pitch. Fouled off the glove of Fox. He couldn't clinch it to end the inning. So the count remains 1-2.
Right off the top of the mitt there is Domenico had him swinging and just deflected just enough out of the glove.
Runner at first takes his lead. And Domenico going to throw over, and again it skips off the turf, but Loper able to scoop it off the turf this time.
Loper's over there like a hockey goalie when he pickoff plays.
Domenico sets. Here's the pitch to Trump Power. It's outside for ball 2. 2-2 count now. Domenico came in relief here this inning and has struggled. Pitch. One hops and Fox lost it. It was underneath him. He finally got it. Count now full 3 balls, 2 strikes with the runner on first still.
Throwing a lot of pitches for only giving up 1 run.
This will be pitch number 30 for Nick Domenico here this inning.
But it's good to get him out there. I mean, like I say, this game doesn't mean a lot, so they need to get him on the mound, see if, what he can do during the playoffs.
And it's high, ball 4. Back-to-back walks issued by Nick Domenico here with 2 down in the top of the 5th. That'll bring up Tristan Wysocki.
Now batting number 10, Tristan Wysocki.
The top of the 5th will continue. Spring Mills 5, Martinsburg 2.
Wysocki with a couple ground outs tonight. Seen a big video today of his first home run he hit last week.
This pitch blown away off the glove of Fox again. Trickles towards the right of the backstop. Both base runners advance 1 base each.
Yeah, this could be the nail in the coffin if these two guys can come around and score a 5-run deficit. Big with the way Butts is throwing out there right now.
Next pitch high. Count 2-0. So far, 32 pitches now for Nick Domenico. Only 13 of them have been strikes. Make it 14 on 33 pitches as that one finds the zone. The count 2-1. Runners at second and third for Spring Mills. Trying to add on to its 5-2 lead. Pitch high for ball 3.
At the moment, Domenico's just not finishing. You see him kind of standing up, after a delivery. Just got to get it worked out. The velocity's there. Looks like he's got some stamina there. It's just as you see as he kind of finishes, he's kind of standing up instead of reaching.
3-1 swung through and missed for strike 2 to Wysocki.
A lot more extension, a lot more downhill that time. He's got to come and land on that, that bad knee. That's something that, it's going to be tough to do coming off an injury.
3-2 pitch is high. It's ball 4, the 3rd straight walk issued by Nick Domenico. Loads the bases with 2 out here in the top of the 5th. And now batting will be the 9-hole hitter for the Cardinals, Keelan Curry.
Base hit last time through the 5-6 hole. For an RBI, got a chance here just get a couple RBIs.
Got Wysocki on first, Trumpauer on second, Stanley on third.
Henderson talking to Domenico a little bit here, walking in, talking to him, and knowing that Coach Zarnecki or Coach Ballard can't go out at the moment unless they're going to relieve him.
First pitch is taken for strike 1 by Curry.
Yeah, I don't think there's too much, to be too concerned about with Domenico. I think he just needs to get in the bullpen, get it tweaked, let him work through it here a little bit.
1 is taken for strike 2. Curry now behind in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Domenico sets. 0-2 is outside. Count 1-2.
Been a long baseball game.
Yes, it has. It's the 1-2 pitch. Way high. Fox had to jump up to get that one. The count 2-2.
Yeah, I think sometimes he's landing on that knee there and at that front knee and just not, not collapsing on it like he should. Just trying to find his landing spot, trying to find his release point here. Like I say, he's been off all year.
2-2, swing and a miss. Strike 3. Curry goes down. The bases stay loaded. Only 1 run came home here this inning, which was a long one. 5-2. Spring Mills leads Martinsburg. Led to the bottom of the 5th after this 1-minute break. This is West Virginia High School EPAC Baseball and Talk Radio, WRNR and TV10.
At Carter Myers Automotive, what we do today will tomorrow become what we've done. That's why Owners Just Do More no longer defines us. Our work is never done because what we live by doesn't have a finish line. We care. Our company of owners is moving lives forward every day by finding more ways to care before, during, and after your purchase. Because when you're happy, so are we. Carter Myers Automotive. Proud to be the owners who just care more.
So what? So what? It's not going to be easy. It's going to be really hard. We're going to have to work at it every day, but I want to do that because I want you. I want you and me forever, every day. What do you want? What do you want? Come on, what do you want?
What do you want?
I want Panhandle dumpsters for the first month free.
Use the promo code to get the first month free.
We welcome you back here to P.O. Faulkner Park as we head to the bottom of the fifth, which is brought to you by Trips Flooring. Not sure where to go, who to trust with your flooring needs? Then call Trips Flooring at 304-229-7009 or online at tripsfloorsanding.com.
It's a shame Miranda's not here tonight, considering Colin's going to own up on that bet.
I still need your credit card. I went to Mother Shuckers last night, like you said. Nobody was there.
Miranda had to get her hair cut first before she was going to be out in the public. Now she stayed home, so we got to wonder about that haircut.
Yeah. Top of the lineup up the bat here. Jameer Brown against Bradley Butts. Pitch at the knees and called strike one.
Butts has settled in here a little bit last two innings after that long second inning.
0-1. Fouled back by Butts, or excuse me, by Brown from Butts. Count 0-2. Had the Bees mixed up there in the brain.
The Brown Butts. The combination.
Timeout called. The 0-2 fouled again by Brown at a play way over the first base side.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to talk about the end of the game or, this being that crucial of a bat, but if Martinsburg goes as Jameer goes, so, if their leader here, Jameer, can get on base, it'll get that dugout fired up, and, they kind of go as he goes.
Their ball drops in. It's strike three. Jameer Brown will go down looking for out number one here in the bottom of the fifth to bring up Silas Zarnecki now. 7 strikeouts now for Bradley Butts.
Yeah. Curveball from the lefty to the righty. Started off in the left-handed batter's box, come over and cut the outside corner for strike three.
First pitch. Called strike one by Zarnecki on the outside part of the plate. Butts sets. Pitch outside. Count 1-1.
Just missed. Just missed.
1-1. Line shot right back into center field and down for a hit by Silas Zarnecki. It's a one-out single. That'll bring up Christian Alter.
Got to give some life back to that dugout after the called strike three on Jameer Brown.
Number 7, Christian Alter.
Yeah, things are starting to get quiet over in the Martinsburg dugout. Butts sets, looks over at the runner at first. Pitch. Fouled back by Alter for strike one.
Alter does not take anything off his 0-0 hacks. He attacks.
Yes, he does. Saw it in his last at-bat where he swung so hard he started dancing.
Yeah, he hurt my muscles. Made my back hurt with that swing.
Christian Alter steps back in.
They'd had to cart me out here if I swung like that.
Runner at first, one out. Butts. Delivery. Excuse me, swing that's fouled into the dugout, and a great snag there in the dugout.
Alter wasn't happy with that. He heard that grunt was him in disgust as the ball ran up and in. He kind of just turned, and it should have been ball one there, but caught the bat there as it ran in on him.
Count 0-2. Pitch. Low for a ball. Count 1-2.
Went to the curveball, but it went in the dirt. Malachi Green on deck.
It's had a tough day today. Martinsburg overall has had a tough day today other than that second inning. It's the pitch. Low again on the curve. Count 2-2 now to Alter.
Nice job, Alter there, evening it up as Butts has nibbled there away at the strike zone, trying to get Christian to extend the strike zone.
Two balls, two strikes. The pitch. Fouled again by Alter to keep this at-bat going.
Job there by Alter fighting that off as Butts come in hard up and in. A good pitch location.
Got Zarnecki on first here in the bottom of the fifth. It's Spring Mills 5, Martinsburg 2. Get a timeout called as catcher for Spring Mills, Jake Anderson, jogs out to talk briefly with Bradley Butts as pitcher. Butts so far 77 pitches now against the 20 batters he's faced, 48 of them for strikes.
Headsville's retaking a lean over Broadfording. The bottom of the fifth, they have one out, middle and second and third, looking to extend the lead.
2-2 count here to Alter. Bunts pitch, high and outside. The count now full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Alter steps back in now with the full count and the 1 out and the runner on first. Bunts sets. It's over at the runner at first, and here comes the payoff pitch. Fouled again by Alter straight back. He'll prepare himself to see pitch number 8 of the at-bat.
Big at-bat after going 0-2. It's a great at-bat. If you can see 8 pitches when you go 0-2, then you've been really fighting.
Be the 80th pitch for Butts. Kick, pitch, swing and a miss. Throw over to first, no tag. But there's now 2 out here. It's another strikeout for Bradley Butts, make it 8 on the night for the young man. Now to bring up Malachi Green, who has been a victim not once but twice via strikeout here tonight. Of those 8 total for Bradley Butts. First pitch, swinging, is Green as he nearly swung out of his shoes there for strike 1.
Yeah, for Butts to get Jameer Brown and Alter in the same inning, that says a lot. The young man's throwing the ball really well here tonight.
Next pitch, outside for a ball as Green nearly chased for it, but held the bat back.
Zarnecki over there, playing it safe, down 3 runs. Can't take too many chances.
1-1 at the eyes of Green for ball 2. Two 2-1 count. Butts sets. Pitch to Green, swing and a miss, strike 2.
Working the outside corner once again on Green. It's worked the first 2 times.
The pitch misses outside and skips past Anderson. Zarnecki was ready for it. As soon as that hit the glove and rolled away from him up the first base line, Zarnecki darted to second.
Zarnecki does a great job of reading the dirt balls.
Count now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Pitch way outside in the opposite batter's box. It's ball 4 as Green will walk his way down, reach base for the first time tonight. Runners now in first and second here in the bottom of the 5th with 2 outs for Martinsburg as Grant Henderson comes up the bat, but first we'll get a mound visit for Spring Mills.
Yeah, Coach Anderson will go out and talk to him. 2 outs, let's find a strike zone here, make Grant Henderson hit his way on. Grant Henderson, big home run 2 weekends ago up in I believe they were at Greenbrier, and if he could pull that off here, he could tie this ball game up. At the moment, Coach Ballard's probably telling him, hey, take what they give you. Be aggressive and hitters counts.
Got some action over in the Spring Mills bullpen still, as Butts now 86 pitches thrown, 52 of them for strikes.
Might be Cumley down there for the close because he's got that long hair.
I think you're right. Henderson steps in.
Henderson's flown out twice tonight.
And it looks like it might be 3 as he sends a fly ball to center. Keelan Curry's there, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. 2 runs stranded. 1 hit here. No runs, though. After 5, it remains Spring Mills 5 and Martinsburg 2. Headed to 6 after this 1-minute break. This is EPAC Baseball on WRNR Martinsburg and TV 10.
Well, look at you, Robbie. Cleaning the pool already? Oh, it's time for Floor Pool's Spring Startup Sale. And since you're one smart duck, you know a deal when you see it. Now through May 31st, stock up and save on all the chemicals and other products you'll need for your pool opening and swimming needs. Are you kidding me? Robbie says pools start as low as $100 a month with easy financing. Head into Floor Pools and get swimming sooner than you think. Get out of here. Floor Pools has hot tubs starting at $49 a month. Oh, and don't forget cold plunges starting at $79 a month. Robbie swears by them. So, whether you're swimming laps, soaking after work, or just dipping your toes in, it's not just about cooling off. It's about feeling better. Water helps reduce stress, relax muscles, improve sleep, and boost your mood. Be like Robbie. Fly in and talk to the water wellness experts during the spring startup sale and save money. Make this your best pool season yet with Floor Pools in Chambersburg, Hagerstown, and Martinsburg.
We welcome you back here as we head to the top of the 6th, which is brought to you by Parsons Ford of Martinsburg at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number 1 by making you number 1 first. Parsons. Top of the lineup will be due up. Anders Sweeney Swartz, the 1-2-3 for Spring Mills, and they'll face another new pitcher here in the 6th as Domenico's day is done, and we get a call to the bullpen, which is brought to you by Smallwood and Small Insurance in Martinsburg, your total insurance solution, located at 1250 Edwin Miller Boulevard, Suite 301. Call 304-263-3361. Is now pitching for the Martinsburg Bulldogs is number 9, Bradley Loper. Final stat line for Nick Domenico: 1 inning pitched, didn't give up any hits, but gave up the 1 earned run, walked 4, struck out 3. So try to get you the defensive changes here when we officially figure it out. So looks like Domenico went back out into right field with Loper moving from first base to the mound, just looking to see who's over at first.
Looks like Armold had entered for Green.
I believe you're correct.
I don't think there's a DH any longer.
It's the first pitch. High for ball 1 to Anders.
Another lefty here in Martinsburg's arsenal.
Next pitch. High and outside. Count now 2-0 to Anders.
Something we don't see much out of Martinsburg's staff is not a lot of strikes. Usually their total pitches and their 60-70% strike ratio team. Tonight, not so much.
2-0 misses. It's ball 3. 3-0 count now to Anders. Loper sets. Wind up. 3-0 pitch is a strike. Count 3-1 now to Anders.
3-run lead. 3-1 count. Got to be sitting on dead red on the fastball, trying to drive something.
And the Fastball stays high. It's ball 4. A leadoff walk issued by Loper to begin the top of the 6th. Anders heads down to first. J.P. Sweeney will come up the bat.
Anders, who was hit on the head earlier by a pitch, could see he's no worse for the wear out there. The helmet did its job. Or maybe his mom would say he's just got a hard head.
Thank you, John. As Sweeney up the bat. Squares to bunts and bunts it down the third baseline. Running in Zarnecki. His long throw to first. Stretching out is Armolt, but the throw not in time. It's a bunting base hit for Sweeney. Bring up Ryland Schwartz.
Nice job by Sweeney. He squared a little bit late, kind of butting for a base hit, but if he doesn't get the bunt for a base hit, he's going to get move the runner over. So nice job there. Good call by Spring Mills there, and great job by Armolt to make it even closer. As he stretched out there, I thought maybe might have got him. It was bang play there on that bunt. Zarnecki with a good strong throw. Good stretch by Armolt coming into the game.
Loper looks at the runners now at first and second. Fires the pitch in to Schwartz, and it's called strike 1.
But, you say you never want to put the lead off on because it just leaves so many opportunities. You could bunt, sacrifice, run. Hit behind the runners, steal. It's just you don't want to put that guy on. He generally finds his way around to score in high school baseball.
Next pitch, grounded foul towards the third base dugout. Count 0-2 now to Schwartz. Schwartz taking his time, as had to wait for the ball to be collected down the third base foul line as well. Pitch from Loper. Swing and just barely getting a piece of it as Schwartz off the end of the bat to stay alive. So that one was tailing back in, so he decided to offer.
Yeah, it was a curveball away, I think. He was trying to come back in, and he got caught leaning out there and threw the bat at it. The bat head, that is.
0-2. Ripped foul into the batting cage. That time by Schwartz.
I think he was early.
That woke everybody up, though.
He was early.
(0-2) count, nobody out. Runners at first and second after the walk and the single. Here by the top of the lineup for Spring Mills in the top of the 6th. Loper's pitch, hard ground ball by Schwartz. The shortstop Brown.
Wow.
Tosses it to Henderson. Steps on the second base bag for one. His throw to first to Armolt in time for the double play.
Wow, that was an unbelievable play. That ball came up on Jameer Brown. Looked like he came up and got him underneath the chin. He stayed with it, flipped it to Henderson. A hard slide coming in by the runner. Took Henderson out as he was releasing the ball, but still had enough on it to get across. So it's a great play. And when it came up on Jameer, I didn't think they were going to get anybody out, but he stayed with it and flipped it to Henderson, who got dinged up there, maybe spiked a little bit on the right leg as he's kind of trying to walk it off on that right leg.
Aaron Byler going to go out now and talk with him as well.
Coach Alderton's going to get us a replay, aren't you, on that? See if is Nick asleep back there? Can he show
Nick
us?
Might have the replay, yeah.
See if he can get the replay at second.
So.
I'd like to see that play.
Got 2 down now. Runner on third as Anders on the play did make his way from second to third safely.
And at the moment, that's a game-saving play because if they don't get anybody there, certainly, Spring Mills has got an opportunity just to blow this game open now, just 1 out away from getting out of it and finding some momentum.
It's already 5-2. Spring Mills leads Martinsburg here this evening.
Wake up, Nick.
Eichelberger up the bat. Pitch from Loper. Misses for ball 1.
Eichelberger, part of that first run in the first inning when he struck out with drop third strike, was able to run and come home off of that.
Next pitch, big swing and a miss for a strike. Count now 1-1 to Eichelberger. And he's reached base safely each time so far tonight. His pitch inside for a ball, counting 2-1. He had the drop, third strike, and then 2 walks. Loper sets. 2-1 pitch. Going to be popped over the press box and out of play. Count 2-2 now to Eichelberger. Loper sets. 2-2 pitch to Eichelberger. Outside. Count 3-2. Count full, runner on third, 2 out, top of the 6th. Loper sets the payoff pitch. Hard ground ball sent by Eichelberger to the left side. Third baseman Zaranecki gets it, throws it across the diamond. Armolt makes the catch to retire the side. So that runner on third gets stranded. No runs cross the plate on the 1 hit here in the top of the 6th for Spring Mills. It remains Spring Mills 5, Martinsburg 2, headed to the bottom of the 6th. After this 1-minute break, this is West Virginia High School EPAC Baseball and Talk Radio, WRNR and TV10.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
WVU Medicine is excited to announce the opening of our new ear, nose, and throat location in Hagerstown. Our trusted ear, nose, and throat specialists are expanding their expert care in the region. From sinus treatment to complex thyroid conditions, WVU Medicine Ear, Nose, and Throat is here to help you breathe easier and feel your best. WVU Medicine Ear, Nose, and Throat, Hagerstown, 13 Western Maryland Parkway, Suite 106. Now scheduling new patients at 304-262-9400.
We welcome you back as we head now to the bottom of the 6th inning, which is brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Buy your next vehicle online, they'll deliver to you. If you don't like it, they'll take it back. Visit them online at fordofhagerstown.com. Due up here for Martinsburg, 6, 7, 8 batters. So they looks like we have a new pitcher out there as well here for the Spring Mills Cardinals. So get a call to the bullpen, brought to you by Smallwood and Small Insurance, your total insurance solution located at 1250 Edwin Miller Boulevard, Suite 301. Call 304-263-3361.
Number 15.
Yep. So Butt's day is done. Let's get his final stat line for you here quickly. 5 innings pitched for him, 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned. Struck out 8 and walked 3. It's Tyler Jones now pitching. As Domenico will step up to the plate. Make sure that there's no other changes here. It looks like it was just a straight swap.
Who we got on the mound now?
Tyler Jones. It's the pitch. Misses in for a ball to Domenico.
Great night on the mound for Butts. No matter what happens here, he got to be really happy with his performance.
That pitch is a strike. Count 1-1 now to Domenico.
Wow. Caught the outside half.
Jones sets in the pitch. It's ball 2 to Domenico now. Count 2-1. Jones, the righty. here against Domenico, the lefty, as this pitch low through the wickets of Anderson to the backstop. The count now 3-1. Here in the bottom of the sixth, it's Spring Mills 5 and Martinsburg 2. This pitch fouled straight back by Domenico. The count now full 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Hey, Domenico looks good at the plate. You know, certainly not taking that inning on the mound, you know, to the plate. He's, like I say, he's been poised tonight. You know, he has to try. You know, at some point you got to come back, and can't expect to come back, you know, polished.
This is a soft ground ball up the middle. Shortstop Anders can't make a play on it. And that's going to be an error by the shortstop.
Kind of weird the way it came off the bat. It kind of looked like I don't know if it got off the handle or what. I couldn't quite tell, but
originally it looked like it was going to center, and then it just died in the infield.
Yeah, it had nothing from our view, almost like a line drive up the middle, but then it just kind of blooped over the pitcher's mound and maybe some backspins or something.
Loper now up to bat as the pitch is taken for strike 1 from Jones.
Martinsburg showing a little bit of life here with 6 outs to go, down 3.
Runner on first. Jones sets. Pitch. Loper swings through for strike 2. Breaking ball fooled him. Loper had the single in the second. His last at bat, though, struck out looking, as this time he goes around, and that's strike 3 for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 6th.
The curveball broke down, and not much Lope could do with it. He was after it. It broke out of the strike zone. He tried to hold up and just couldn't. He went around there for strike 3 as Fox comes to the plate. Struck out in the first, flew out later in the game to the center fielder.
First pitch swinging is Fox, and he'll foul it into his dugout. Now jogging back is Domenico over to first. So no balls, 1 strike. Pitch. Breaking ball that didn't break in. Count 1-1.
There's a time when not being so tall in stature helped you.
Jones. Pitch. Going to be grounder by Fox to third, over to second for 1, but no throw by Wysocki to first. So it'll just be a 5-4 fielder's choice for out number 2.
We get a runner here for the catcher, I believe, is maybe Robinson's coming in. Number 2. Looks like Cumley's still out there throwing a little bit. Maybe he's going to get a little bit of a warm-up for the sectionals here tonight with try to get the close.
Yeah, either that or they're just allowing him some bullpen time possibly for tomorrow's makeup game against Jefferson.
Yeah, you got to get a little
just keeping that arm loose, yeah.
In-game bullpen.
Who knows? As with 2 out now, should be R.J. Brown coming up for the Bulldogs in the bottom of the 6th.
Now batting, number 11, R.J. Brown.
Got the runner on first. Brown 1 for 2 today as Jones sets. And the pitch missed for a ball. A 1-0 count. Jones, next pitch. He popped by Brown over our heads and out of play. The count 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike now to R.J. Brown here in the bottom of the 6th. It's Spring Mills 5 and Martinsburg 2. Jones wind up in the pitch. Taken for strike 2 by Brown. Brown steps out, steps back in. Jones looks over at the runner. And the pitch. Outside, 2-2 count now.
R.J. Brown doing anything he can to get on base? Turn this lineup over to the top?
Pitch, lined, past the diving glove of Wysocki into right center field, and then it gets past Curry, the center fielder. Brown slides into second, over to third is the runner for Fox, Robinson. And that'll bring up Jameer Brown.
Yeah, giving Jameer Brown a chance here to cut this to a 5-4 lead with a base hitter, possibly tie it up with that home run power of his. As Tyler Jones there. Ball got it off over the middle of the plate. R.J. Brown staying hot. Wake up, John. It's past John. It's past John's bedtime. He's leaning on my shoulder. Got to tie him up, put a chair or something. Put a seatbelt on him.
Pitch. Misses for ball 1.
Robinson on third. R.J. Brown on second. Jameer at the plate.
Pitch is ball 2 from Jones.
Honestly, does it really hurt to put him on here? You know, make him fish. Don't give him too much to hit here, but
he does represent the tying run. Pitch outside. That's ball 3.
First base is open. 2 outs. Home run power. Maybe just kind of the pitch around here. See if he'll swing.
And it's high. 4-pitch walk. Got to bring up Zarnecki. The base is loaded here in the bottom of the 6th. And 2 out. A 5-2 ball game.
So if Zarnecki can get something in the gap here with 2 outs, everybody running possibly, as Jones has got himself a little bit of a jam here. If anything, Martinsburg would like to at least cut the lead.
So much for a meaningless regular season game with the postseason seedings out. We got some drama here in the bottom of the 6th. Base is loaded, 2 out. Pitch to Zarnecki from Jones. Yeah. Outside corner called strike 1.
Never meaningless when the EPAC plays each other.
Absolutely.
Doesn't matter what's going on.
Jones, 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball. It's going to be blooped into right field. Running in is Trump Power, and he makes the catch to retire the side. And the bases remain loaded for the final out of the inning. It stays Spring Mills 5, Martinsburg 2. We're headed to the 7th after this. This is West Virginia High School EPAC basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
EPAC basketball.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, shrimp nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
With a great selection comes great possibilities. And at CMA's CDJR of Martinsburg, the possibilities are endless. Shop our amazing selection of new vehicles like the Ram 1500. And right now, save on new Jeeps like the Wrangler and Grand Cherokee models. Plus, every Jeep purchase comes with our Jeep Wave program. So wherever your possibilities take you, you'll be connected. Shop CMA's CDJR of Martinsburg today. Owners just care more.
Welcome you back here as the top of the 7th is brought to you by Smallwood and Small Insurance in Martinsburg, your total insurance solution located at 1250 Edwin Miller Boulevard, Suite 301. Call 304-263-3361. EPAC baseball, not basketball, here at P.O. Faulkner Park. It's getting late. It's been a long game, already almost 9:30. It is Spring Mills leading Martinsburg 5-2. Martinsburg had a chance there in the bottom of the 6th. Bases loaded. Couldn't bring anybody home. Is due up here in the top of the 7th. Anderson, Stanley, Trumpauer, the 5, 6, 7 batters for Spring Mills against Loper. First pitch. Misses for a ball.
Yeah, it's 142nd pitch by a Martinsburg pitcher tonight. So, and then on the other side, it's been 110 for Spring Mills. So
Anderson fouls the next pitch off. The count 1-1. By the way, just received word from our cameraman over next to the first base dugout, Dylan Bishop. It sounds like Cumley will be coming in for the save opportunity here in the bottom of the 7th. Martinsburg will be down to its final 3 outs as the next pitch, Loper to Anderson, is strike 2.
Give him a little tune-up.
Loper sets. 1-2 pitch. Misses inside, the count 2-2. Loper takes a deep breath. Here's the pitch. Misses outside. The count now full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the payoff pitch, and that's going to be grounded past the glove of Loper and past the other glove of Jameer Brown, the shortstop, into center field for a leadoff single by Anderson.
3 hits tonight for Anderson.
He's had a great game, 3 for 4.
Comes pinch runner or courtesy runner.
Now batting number 13, Landon Stanley.
I think it's Renner, isn't it?
19.
19? Courtesy running?
Yes. Stanley comes up the bat. Loper looks over at the runner at first. Pitch. First pitch swinging. It's skied high over towards first base, and now foul territory, running back in fair. But Armold able to get it and make the catch right near the first base line in front of the first base bag for the out.
There.
Yeah, a lot going on over there.
A runner coming back. Armold trying to clear the way over there.
Wouldn't want to run into him. It's Trumpauer now up the bat.
Trumpauer yet to put the ball in play with strikeout and 2 walks.
Pitch low for a ball.
Probably hungry to take a hack.
Loper looks over at the runner at first. Will throw over, and that gets past Armold. Over to the dugout yet again here tonight. The 3rd time this has happened for Martinsburg.
Might be pickoff practice tomorrow.
Something.
Puts another runner in scoring position again.
Yes, it does. The other 2 times it happened, 4th and the 5th, resulted in runs eventually scored for Spring Mills. See if this one does the same. 1 out, runner on second. The pitch is a strike. Count 1-1. Loper now looking at the runner behind him as the pitch misses for a ball. Count 2-1 to Trumpauer.
Good thing we're back here tomorrow. 2-1. Pitch from Loper. Can't find the zone. Count now 3-1. I think Tripp might be sleeping in here overnight.
This game goes on much longer. We're going to need a breakfast menu for dinner.
3 balls, 1 strike, runner at second. Here's the pitch from Loper. It's high for ball 4. That walks Trumpower and bring up Wysocki.
Trumpower with 3 walks tonight. Young man's got a keen eye.
8th walk issued by Martinsburg pitchers here tonight.
Coach Bowler's going to take the slow stroll out. Going to give the ball to Stephen Kaufman. I think Kaufman's going to enter. He's going to re-enter. So that'll Armold will have to come out if that happens. Yep. Loper have to go to first.
All right, we'll step aside, take a 1-minute break for the change. Again, top of the 7th, our score, Spring Mills 5, Martinsburg 2. This is West Virginia High School EPAC Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 back in 1 minute.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or HancockChevy.com.
Welcome back here to P.O. Faulkner Park. Our call to the bullpen brought to you by Smallwood and Small Insurance in Martinsburg, your total insurance solution, located at 1250 Edwin Miller Boulevard, Suite 301 in Martinsburg. Call 304-263-3361. Now pitching is number 20, Stephen Kaufman. Back over at first base is Bradley Loper.
Now batting number 10, Tristan Wysocki.
Yep. Kaufman had to re-enter. That meant that he had to go back in his spot there, so forced Armold out of the game.
Pitch taken by Wysocki for strike 1. So no balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Runners at first and second. Next pitch. That misses for a ball. Count 1-1.
Fox is on his about 260th pitch he's received here tonight. His hand's going to hurt, or his knees.
Pitch from Kaufman. Grounded by Wysocki to shortstop. Running in is Brown. His throw to first. Is it in time? No. He slid in, did Wysocki, and he's hurt.
Yeah, that's when you slide head first like that. I mean, your hand first like that. He's grabbing that hand.
That's not a good sign.
The throw was up and up the line. He avoided it by going down, but I think he jammed that hand up on that bag, and he is not feeling well. Hope everything's good. It's just a little scared, but he doesn't seem to be feeling well at the moment. Looks like his left hand. He's going to get up. Well, he's going to get that. I think he's going to be all right, getting those gloves off.
It might just also be to check out his hand, though, if it is his hand, which with him sliding in head first into the first base on the play, you assume that is the case. But you have the bases loaded now here in the top of the 7th for Spring Mills with 1 out, and Keelan Curry will come up to bat.
If it's sprained or jammed a little bit, I mean, for the moment it'll be okay, but if it could get worse as we go on, but hopefully he's just might be a finger. I mean, he's kind of holding that, not I'm not sure now. It's in that hand or finger, but I don't think it's the wrist, which is really good. Well, that's the problem with turf, Colin. You can't rub no dirt on it.
That's true.
Got to rub.
Yeah.
Rub some dirt on it.
There's no dirt.
No dirt to rub.
It runs in, and looks like you got a piece of Curry. It did from Kaufman. So hit by pitch will score a run here in the top of the 7th. Spring Mills now leads Martinsburg 6-2.
Curry gets the RBI HBP, hit by pitch.
Now batting number 5, Bryce Sanders.
He'll take it. And Anders will come up to bat. Pitch from Kaufman. First pitch swinging, and that's going to be a high fly ball to left field, and that's going to go all the way to the wall. 1 run will score. Another will score. Can they make it 3 to throw home? In time, Curry tags out. That's out number 2. But still, 2 RBIs for Anders in the top of the 7th. Makes it Spring Mills 8, Martinsburg 2.
Now you got Fox hurt. Fox hand is hurt on the tag. He's holding it pretty well, pretty hard. Keeps looking back at the dugout, but I'm not sure what. Oh, it's just he slid in maybe on his foot. I thought didn't Curry go in head first?
I believe, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Yeah, he went in head first.
Wait to allow him to be checked out now.
That was Anders, wasn't it?
Anders with the RBI double, yes. 2 RBI double.
He jumped on that pitch, sent it over the head of R.J. Brown out there. R.J. did a great job on the relay. A perfect throw from Jameer Holm. Cut down Curry, who was trying to score from first. So now you got 2 outs.
They're going to allow Fox to get a few warm-up pitches from Kaufman to see if he can stay in the game. And he's definitely slow on that knee getting up.
Yeah, it's something in his foot. Leg. There's Martinburg's going to remove him.
Yep.
And here's going to bring in Sean. I believe Sean's going to enter here. Yep.
Number 24, Sean Reynolds.
Sean Reynolds is going to come in and relieve Fox, who's dinged up and had a long night back there. Early in the game was a struggle getting hooked up with Jameer Brown as Jameer dunked a few curveballs on him there, and runners moved up. They didn't get quite hooked up tonight as they have many other times tonight, this year, excuse me, and now he takes one off the knee there. But I believe Curry came in standing up, or on his, slid in. I know he came in, feet or head first, so I'm not sure how he got hurt on that, whether maybe on his way by.
3 hit innings so far here for Spring Mills, as they now have, let me double check here, 7 on the night. As J.P. Sweeney will come up the bat.
We're about to lose all our camera batteries.
That's when you really know it's been a long night, is when all the batteries are dying. It's the pitch from Kaufman. Outside to Sweeney for ball 1. Good thing we brought both Chargers.
Sweeney with that infield bunt the last time kind of set the momentum Spring Mills' way there.
Next pitch outside for ball 2 to Sweeney. Two balls, no strikes. 2 outs, runner on second for Spring Mills. Pitch. That's going to be a high, deep shot into left field. Backtracking, though, is R.J. Brown right on the edge of the warning track, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. 3 runs, though. Crossed the plate on 3 hits. An error, 1 left stranded. Add to the bottom of the 7th. Spring Mills 8,
Martinsburg 2. This is West Virginia High School EPAC Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
If you or someone you know suffers from the disease of addiction, help is available from the Berkeley County Quick Response Team with peer recovery coaches and support promptly to the homes of those who've recently experienced an overdose. This collective effort towards recovery brings resources and services to the community, including naloxone and treatment options. Call 304-267-1313 or visit the Berkeley County Recovery Resource Center at 800 Emmett Rouse Drive, Martinsburg. The Berkeley County Quick Response Team is funded through a DHHR grant with the Berkeley-Morgan County Health Department.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all. And Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars, too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
We welcome you back here as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning now, which is brought to you by Cody's Auto Body at 851 Wilson Street, Martinsburg. Call 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page. Bulldogs down to their final 3 outs and down by 6 runs as the 3-4-5 batters will be due up against a new pitcher for Spring Mills Cardinals as we get a call to the bullpen yet again here tonight, brought to you by Smallwood and Small Insurance in Martinsburg, your total insurance solution, located at 1250 Edwin Miller Boulevard, Suite 301. Call 304-263-3361. Jacob Cumley now on the mound for the Spring Mills Cardinals.
Tough task here for Martinsburg. Cumley coming in. And Spring Mills is ace. Last time they faced each other, I think it was a 1-run victory by Martinsburg as he threw a well of a ball game and come on the losing end of it early in the season. So,
first game of the year.
First game of the year
for Martinsburg. As the first pitch swinging is Alter, he fouls it over the first base dugout for strike 1. I believe it was the 3rd game of the year for Spring Mills. Big swing and a miss for strike 2 from Alter as he was fooled on the breaking ball. Cumley sets. Pitch. Did he go? They check, and field umpire says no. Count 1-2. Final stat line, by the way, for Tyler Jones. 1 inning pitched, 1 hit, no runs. Struck out 1, walked 1. Don't know what was said.
Asking the umpire to move his hand a little bit.
Interesting. Haven't heard that before. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cumley.
Can you move your hand a little bit, is what he said.
Pitch. Breaking ball. Alter did not go around. Count 2-2. Alter, though, still frustrated. Not sure if he thought he should have swung because it was one that he could hit. So it was tailing away from him. 2-2. Ripped foul. Way out of play as Alter continues to slam his bat down after each pitch. Count stays 2-2. He's got to be careful. You don't want anything too extreme to result in an ejection this late in the season with postseason on the horizon, but he goes down looking. Strike 3 on a pitch on the outside edge. For out number 1 here in the bottom of the 7th.
Yep, pitch was on the outer half there. Cumley froze him there as Alter didn't agree with the call.
Malachi Green up the bat. First pitch is a strike on the outside part of the plate to the lefty from Cumley.
Cumley's committed to Fairmont State. Going to continue his career.
Big fastball blown by the swing of Green for strike 2.
balls, 2 strikes. Humley fires another one, and this time it's outside for a ball. Count 1-2 to Green.
Just missed.
1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Jacob Cumley here in the bottom of the 7th. 2 down now. Martinsburg down to its final out in an 8-2 ball game. As Grant Henderson comes to the plate. Cumley trying to strike out the side and get win number 17 on the year. Pitch. Fastball called strike 1.
Yeah, Cumley pounds the strike zone. You better be up there ready to hit.
Next pitch. Called strike 2. Henderson, it looked like was going to swing, but decided not to. Martinsburg down to its final strike. The 0-2 from Cumley. Is it there? No. They wanted it. Cumley was ready to go off the mound and celebrate with his team, but he has to go back as the count 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That's going to be popped up. Trying to find it is Anderson, but it goes over the net behind home plate and out of play. One ball, 2 strikes. 2 out.
These teams are going to face off here next week. And they've shown each other a little bit of each.
Pitch inside, and did that get a piece of Henderson? I thought I heard it did. Not much of a reaction.
Yeah, I thought it got him too, but.
And it looks like no call. Yes? No. I thought I heard contact made, but not much of a reaction from Henderson there to sell it.
Well, as soon as he went by, he started to take off, but looked up and nothing was there.
Cumley apologizes, obviously. Nothing intentional there as the 2-2. Big swing and a miss. That's strike 3, and that's the ball game. Cumley strikes out the side. Spring Mills gets the win over Martinsburg, 8-2. Step aside, take a 2-minute break, and then we'll come back and get into our post-game show. This is West Virginia High School Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV10. Back in 2 minutes.
If you or someone you know suffers from the disease of addiction, help is available from the Berkeley County Quick Response Team with peer recovery coaches and support promptly to the homes of those who've recently experienced an overdose. This collective effort towards recovery brings resources and services to the community, including naloxone and treatment options. Call 304-267-1313 or visit the Berkeley County Recovery Resource Center at 800 Emmett Rouse Drive, Martinsburg. The Berkeley County Quick Response Team is funded through a DHHR grant with the Berkeley Morgan County Health Department.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
When you're looking for the perfect gift, look no further than L.A. Roberts Jewelers at 146 North Queen Street in downtown Martinsburg. Choose from a huge selection of unique items, from the finest diamonds that make your eyes sparkle to exquisite timepieces, figurines, and collectibles. Buying from L.A. Roberts Jewelers means that you've made the decision to do business with people who've excelled in the industry for more than 100 years. They'll be here tomorrow when you need them, and if you need your jewelry or your watch repaired, they'll do that too. L.A. Roberts in downtown Martinsburg. Old World Jewelers for a new age.
welcome you back here on Talk Radio WRNR, TV 10, WRNR TV on YouTube. Tonight's final score, Spring Mills 8, Martinsburg 2, as we welcome you in the postgame show brought to you by the Palace Lounge on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg with a full lunch and dinner menu and daily specials in a clean, comfortable atmosphere. Check out the menu on the Palace Lounge Facebook page. They're sounding pretty good right now.
Yeah.
Even though they're probably closed.
Yeah, well, we'll ride out if you want to buy.
You making anything?
Chuck will take you out there. He'll take you up on it.
So let's get into our post-game show so we can wrap up and get out of here. Spring Mills gets the win. Tripp, your thoughts before we get into the
I think
game scoring summary?
I felt like Spring Mills came in here. They they had a little bit of chip on their shoulder, and Martinsburg kind of and it certainly not playing it as a game that didn't matter, but it kind of didn't matter. And but they did go out there, threw Jameer Brown out there. First time we've seen him kind of have a little bit of an off night. Couldn't get quite hooked up, with catcher and the umpire there. And Martinsburg threw a lot of pitches tonight, giving away a lot of free bases. They pick off plays over there, move guys up, and that just once they got in scoring position, Spring Mills kind of pushed them across there. Then they got a couple big hits late, but I think this one's going to sting a little bit for Martinsburg, but they're going to face Spring Mills in the first round next week on Monday, so they're going to have to. I think they're probably going to face Cumley, and they got a little taste of them there. Struck out the side, so they know what they're up against. They've seen it, and they're going to have to come out with that eye of the tiger that kind of Spring Mills had tonight if they're going to be successful. And Spring Mills. Playing really well this year, doubled their win from last year. They got a lot of great talent out there. They've been together for a while, and they're just a lot of them are still juniors, so they got a group coming back. So, young group. Thought they'd made some good reads on the bases tonight. Hit the ball well, and bunted when they had to. They have some speed. Martinsburg sees their opponent coming up here in a week or less than a week. So they know they got their work cut out. Tomorrow they got a big game. Then they got some practice over the weekend to get ready.
Let's get our game scoring summary now brought to you by the Mansion Freddie Law Firm in Martinsburg, where it's about seeking justice for you. Go to WVJusticeLawyers.com. Spring Mills would strike first in the top of the first to take a 1-0 lead. In the bottom of the second, Martinsburg would score twice to take a 2-1 lead. Its only lead of the game, as it was Spring Mills the rest of the way, with 3 runs in the top of the fourth, 1 run in the top of the fifth, then 3 more in the top of the seventh. They get 8 runs on 7 hits, 2 errors. Martinsburg 2 runs on 5 hits and 3 errors. Game stats brought to you by CMA's Martinsburg and Winchester dealerships. Proud to be the owners who just care more. First, pitching stats for Martinsburg. Jameer Brown, 4 innings pitched, 4 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. Domenico, 1 inning pitched, no hits, a run which was earned, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts for Loper. 1 1/3 innings pitched, gave up 1 hit, 2 runs, both earned, walked 2, did not strike out anybody. And then for Kaufman, 2/3 of an inning, going strong on the mound, gave up 2 hits, a run which was earned, no walks and no strikeouts. On the other side for Spring Mills, Butts gets the win, 5 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 runs which were earned, 3 walks, 8 strikeouts, followed by Jones, 1 inning pitched, 1 hit, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, and then coming in the end, it was Cumley with the pitch and striking out the side. Final score again, 8-2. The Spring Mills Cardinals get their first win since 2018 over the Martinsburg Bulldogs here tonight. Let's get our player of the game brought to you by Parsons Ford at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number 1 by making you number 1 first. Parsons, tonight's player of the game will be Butts, tonight's winning pitcher. That wraps things up for us here tonight. Back at it tomorrow, 6 p.m. first pitch. We'll go live at 5:45 back here at P.O. Faulkner Park as the Bulldogs will play host to Broad-Fording Gold. For Nick Verzolini, Dylan Bishop, Alec Epperson, Kyler High, John Alderton, Tripp Tobin, I'm Colin McLaughlin signing off. This has been West Virginia High School EPAC Baseball on WRNR Martinsburg and TV 10. Have a good night.
You've been listening to West Virginia High School Baseball. Today's game broadcast has been brought to you by
Trips Flooring, Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, Burke Schultz Herman and Jenkinson Personal Injury Attorneys, Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies, the Larry DeMarco Team at Century 21 Modern Realty Results, Cody's Auto Body, Hagerstown Ford, Brown's Funeral Home and Cremation Robert Fields & Sons, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, Floor Pools, Smallwood and Small Insurance, CMA Martinsburg and Winchester Dealerships, Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, the Palace Lounge, WVU Medicine Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, the Murius Group Ameriprise Financial Services LLC, and the Berkeley County Health Department.
For the continued excitement of high school, college, and Major League Baseball, keep it tuned to FM 106.5, AM 740, Comcast Cable Channel 10, and online talk radio WRNR.com. All rights reserved.